derivative still.
There she is. There she is.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond, it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed into the Twilight Zone. Hello and welcome to Indefinite Lunch and Infinite Combinations number 185. And today we are entering into that dimension, that other dimension, the fifth dimension, and season 4, not season 5. And so it's really great to be getting into another season of the Twilight Zone, although this one's a very odd season. We've got hour-long episodes this time, which we'll be having for 18 weeks starting today. And we're going to take a look at the first episode in season 4 called In His Image. And so the Twilight Zone went through a tumultuous period between the end of season 3 and the start of season 4. It was almost not to be. As we mentioned at our end of season 3 party, the Twilight Zone was canceled. And it was just for a brief time, and they were gonna have some other show on. What was it called? I don't remember. But
Fair Exchange.
Fair Exchange, and then they were like, "Never mind."
Yeah,
And
never
then
mind.
they brought the Twilight Zone back. And then I think they did bring Fair Exchange back too. But but in half an hour installments, oddly enough. And so since that was pushed away, the Twilight Zone was brought back for our installments, but Houghton left because of all this kerfuffle, and he thought he was out of a job, so he did something else. And so he was replaced with Herbert Hirschman. And
Yeah, Herbert.
Serling went off to go teach. He's teaching
At his alma mater, Antioch College.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Herbert Hirschman knew Rod Serling very well because he was producing Playhouse 90, among other live television dramas.
Playhouse 90. Hey, that's pretty cool. That's a show that Serling worked on.
You betcha.
Before the Twilight Zone, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and that was both Serling and Buck Houghton recommended Herb Hirschman to take over producing the Twilight Zone, which I thought, whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, we're dropping the too. It's not called the Twilight Zone.
In the titles, they drop the, and I'm like, oh, no, it's the Twilight Zone. Listen to his narration.
Yeah, he always says the Twilight Zone. So
the
weird.
Twilight Zone.
Why would you drop the? Although I do like the new font.
It's it's the cost of the animation. They had to drop that first word. I don't know. It's a cool opening though. I really like it. I'm glad they kept it for the 5th season as well.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, so we get this door, we get the spooky door finally. I've been waiting for it.
Not to influence your vote, folks, but there is a poll in the chat in case you'd like to tell folks.
This new intro is basically thanks to Herbert. So Herbert did a good thing.
Yeah, he actually directed this. And he got, of course, once Serling presented his new opening narration, that's what inspired Herbert. And Herbert Hirschman also directed Rod Serling's filmed introductions to each episode.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that Serling couldn't come on set when the stories were filmed because now we get boring. At least in this episode, we just get a boring background instead of how he's usually inserted into the story.
Yeah,
And you're always like, "Hey, what is he doing there? Why doesn't he go help?"
he's in this limbo, but yeah, he was teaching, and so he had
He
other
should have.
commitments.
He should have jumped off the train, the subway that was going by.
Oh, yeah, he should have been in the subway next to the devil poster.
Yeah, that's a subtlety, huh? All those posters. We'll
Yeah.
get to that.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. But before we do that, we've got to say hi. Hello to Gavin Blackburn, who's indeed first. He typed that last night at 3:30 to ensure he was first.
Yeah, one of these days I'm going to beat that guy with the first. But
Well, that was 8:30 his time, so he just posted it when he got up.
Yeah, right when he woke up with his cup of coffee.
So
Yeah.
the UK has its advantages for being first.
they're in the future.
FKHC 2005, our Tim, is here. And with the subject matter and demonetized, he thought that he's alive, so that's going to be the 4th episode. He asked me when that's going to be. So that'll be a World War II related episode. And there you are. You're in the chat too, and on the panel, Wayfarer.
I try to support both sides.
Nice. And there's your channel. Everybody check that out. For music and Babylon 5 fun and more stuff.
Yeah, our audience on Sundays said keep with Babylon 5 for a while, so we're going to stick with Babylon 5 on Sundays.
It's good to have a focus.
Yeah, and Fridays we're still doing music. But we'll talk about that later. Let's get to the Twilight Zone.
Yes. And also, hello to Canadian Spider-Man. Welcome to the Anti-Derivative Jill Show. Have a seat and hit the like button. If you hit the subscribe button, it helps grow this channel and support Jill. It's free. I think, there are actual, he always says that it sounds funny, but there are actually people who think subscriptions cost money. So, yeah,
well,
no,
there
it doesn't.
could always
It's totally
be
free.
new YouTube users out there and don't know. Because some of the other platforms use the terminology subscription for memberships, like memberships on YouTube that you do pay for the creators you want to support. On other
That's true, too.
platforms, they use that term subscription for that. And
Yeah, exactly. That's on Twitter, or known as X now. Tim says, I like to do my intros through a door. Thank you very much. Oh, and speaking of members, I will have a membership stream, more public membership stream tonight. At what time? Either 9 or, probably 10 o'clock. 10 Central Time. So a little late. If you guys are up late, I'll be up late too. And Oiler Greg says, time to zone out with Jill and the rest. And the rest.
First season Gilligan's Island because of Tina Louise.
and the rest.
Yeah, that was because of Tina Louise with her contract that there shall be no actors credited after her.
She seriously said that?
Yeah.
I had
no
idea.
Yes, that was in her contract. And when the second season rolled around, Bob Denver said, I have had enough, and put his foot down, and they got that changed. So that's why that's why that was, and it was just ridiculous. They should have just said, we want the theme song to include the professor and Marianne.
Like,
I always knew.
We'll put you last in the end credits.
I always knew that Bob Denver fought for the professor and Marianne being in the credits, but I hadn't heard that part about Tina Louise
Yeah.
excluding them.
Yeah, it's in the book.
She's been trouble since the beginning. Anyway.
Yeah, it's in the book on Gilligan's Island, written by Sherwood.
Oh yeah. So
Sherwood
since
Schwartz is what's his name now? Sherwood something. I can't remember.
yeah, that sounds good enough for me.
Yeah.
That's how I think of it. So since we don't have 2 episodes this season, we're gonna have to come up with silly polls every week. And this week's silly poll is: which intro do you prefer, the spiral or the door? The spiral, of course, is the optical illusion that you get with the previous season, and the door here is, of course, this door, which is ubiquitous. Is the what everybody thinks of when they think of the Twilight Zone intro.
Yes, a door floating in outer space, Jill.
I know. Gavin says it should have opened with a window, but there is a window.
There is a window.
When you got the dimension of sound,
and then it breaks because somebody jumped through it. An invisible person.
Yeah, an invisible person jumped through. That's exactly what happens. There it goes.
Or at least smashed into it.
Jumping through a window is classier than being shoved under a train.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was shocking. And we'll get to that in a bit. Tim says, "Help! I'm stepping into the Twilight Zone. The place is a madhouse. It feels like being cloned. My beacon's been moved under the moon and star. Where am I to go now? But I've gone too far." Wow, that sounds like a song.
Huh.
Manji. Hello. Hello, Manji. Also known as Crouching Taylor Hidden Swift. Member streams are pants optional, says Canadian Spider-Man. Well, yeah, especially if you keep your camera off. You know, you can dress how you like.
I've got to have my jeans on because cats jump in my lap.
Oh, that's true.
I must have my sturdy jeans on. Because my kitties have all their claws.
Right.
Yep.
And you don't
Oh, or if you're Mexican Iron Man, jumping out of the window, jumping out of it. No.
You don't trim them?
I've been negligent in that department.
Yeah.
But I should be doing that.
I should too.
Yeah.
I had a dream I did it, but I just didn't actually do it.
Yeah, Harpo is the one that fights back.
Well, here they get to roam on like 5 acres of land, so there's plenty of trees for them to do it themselves.
Yeah, I've got 2 scratching posts and several cardboard scratchers for my kitties, but they still, claws are pretty sharp. I like how they maintain their back paws and their claws. They just bite at them. It's like, so it's like, okay, well, the back claws are okay, but it's those front claws. But anyway.
Well,
anyway,
here they might need them. So
yeah, they do have official Sissel posts and places to scratch their claws, but my cat still loves to tear up this photo album. And I keep wondering, should I throw away this photo album now that it's been destroyed?
Oh dear.
I got to transfer the photos out of it.
Yeah.
And she just started loving on it, and I was like, okay, I guess that's gone now. It was my fault for leaving it on the ground.
Oh no.
Hello to Cam's Crash Courses. Great to see you. He's going to be listening to us like a radio today while we talk about In His Image. In His Image first aired on January 3rd, 1963. And really, Serling wanted to adopt this story much sooner. He was going to call it The Man Who Made Himself. It just didn't end up happening until now. And of course, the title is a biblical reference to Genesis.
Yeah, it's Genesis 1:27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them.
Mm.
And that short story that you mentioned that Rod Serling wanted to adapt that was back in 58. And Serling actually wrote his own adaptation. And I believe the title is the title of the story as it was originally published. Charles Beaumont's story was given that title probably by the editor of the science fiction magazine that was first published in. But I'm just going by
Oh,
memory.
that's right. That's right. It was written by Charles Beaumont, and this episode was directed by Perry Lafferty.
Yes, directed very well.
And of course, we've got the opening sequence, of course, has the door, has the broken window to demonstrate the dimension of sound.
I'm sure Gavin gets excited when he sees that.
Yes.
And hears it.
Yeah, with the dimension of sight, we've got this eyeball, just one eyeball. And the dimension of mind is represented by the equation E equals mc squared.
The Einsteinian. See, the capital E is for Einstein, Jill, right? No.
No, it's
no.
it's
Energy
for
equals mass times the speed of light squared. But anyway.
Yes, that's right. It's yeah, the theory of relativity and all that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody actually think that? That's so silly.
Oh,
okay. So
I'm being extremely silly, but
and then we get this doll also.
Yes, and it's female, Jill. Look at the long hair.
Yes.
But yeah, this is all Herb's ideas.
Oh, and the clock.
And the clock, yes, going backwards, great. Right?
Mm.
And then cool.
Oh yeah, and the cool font.
Yeah, the cool font. Like it's formed out of the stars. Just all these little comes together.
Well, I've been using this font this entire time because it's more fun than the blocky font that we've been getting before.
Yeah.
But now it's official.
Mm-hmm. I'm scared, Jill.
Well, we're at the Chesterton Hotel, so this is where.
Well, this part isn't scary. It's once we get to the subway, it gets scary.
Well, yeah, he's leaving his hotel because he's gonna go hang out with his girlfriend.
No, it's his fiance.
Oh, that's right. Well,
or as they say in Brazen, Arizona, my fiance.
his name is Alan Talbot, and her name is Jessica Connolly, but we don't meet her just yet. He's headed to the subway.
And Talbot, of course, first thing I think of is Lawrence Talbot, the Wolfman, in the movie of the same name. Starring Lon Chaney Jr. And in the story, it was Alan.
That is completely intentional, by the way.
It was Alan. It was Alan Nolan after William F. Nolan. And,
but then he decided he didn't want to make him a killer.
So. A killer and an anti-Christian bigot that, well,
I don't know quite so much as that because
no, it's
he just gets these sounds in his these spooky sci-fi sounds in his head, and that's what makes him kill, not necessarily the
he's got
the Bible pamphlet.
He's got it's just woman she's not evangelizing, she's being a little bit too overzealous. And
she should
be instead of Leviticus, the
Yeah,
Mosaic law,
she
it should, can I finish, please? She
okay.
should be, quoting John, John 3:16 or John 14, verse 6.
Yeah, she
I
came
am the
in
way, the
with
truth, and the life. No one shall come to the Father but by me, says Jesus. So, but uh, Beaumont is very fixated on Satan. He's Charles the Howling Man Beaumont. He wrote that tale, and so he's kind of fixated on the evil in the world. But Jesus triumphs over Satan. But yeah, she's this poor old woman. She's evangelizing incorrectly, in my opinion, and too aggressive.
She's pretty aggressive, but I don't know. She kind of, she does come up with the pop quiz, and then I was like, that's a
Yeah,
little
she
familiar.
wants and Talbot he's not only a killer, he's a liar. He's not reading the good book.
Yeah, he says he is. Well, he's only. Well, wait. Okay, I don't
Yeah,
want to spoil it
don't
just
want to
yet.
spoil it, but yeah, she wants him. She wants him to quote Leviticus chapter 5, verse, was it 2 or something like that? Um,
which
but
is
it's like,
dietary law, and it's like the Christians don't follow that anyway.
yeah, and just real quick, the law does not. The weight of salvation is her tract that she hands out, and the law is not the way of salvation. Jesus is, and the law is, shows what sin is, and that God is holy and righteous, but Christ fulfilled the law completely, and so but anyway.
She doesn't get it all quite right,
Yeah,
but
not
also,
quite right there, but it's a very shocking way to kick off the episode.
yeah, I was completely stunned. I did not expect that to
And it
happen at the start of a Twilight
and it
Zone.
has nothing to do with the rest of it, really, other
No,
than to
it
say
really
that
doesn't.
maybe he did something very wrong. Talking
Yes,
about going to hell,
yes,
it's like the last thing you want to
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
yeah. She also
yeah,
decides that he looks as ill as her husband did before he died,
yeah, Jack.
and yeah,
No,
Jack.
I think we know the reason why her husband looked ill.
Also, well, I is it
Now
because she
wait a
wears a dead?
minute.
Does she look? Did he look ill because she wears a dead ferret on her neck?
No, it was
Isn't that a ferret?
after it was at if I remember correctly, it was after her husband passed away that she had her revelation from God.
Oh, okay.
I believe, right? Isn't that how she says it?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly how she says
So
it.
in
And
in
then,
her sorrow after her
yep,
husband's
yep.
passing, the Lord reached out to her according to what she was saying to Talbot here.
Well, the good book really refers to the Gospels, and
Yes.
that's in the New Testament. It wasn't really all that, shall we say, cheerful until then.
Yeah. It's the Trinity is revealed right there with let us make him
Yeah.
in our image. And so we
Yeah, I
got
just wanted to pop
mhm.
that in.
Oh yeah, thanks for bringing that up. That's very important.
That isn't to say that Serling should have had multiple creations here in this episode, but
But I think it's interesting that you have this very good-natured person, except for whenever he hears these creepy sci-fi sounds.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then that is what triggers him into a panic where he has to
And
murder.
don't forget the lighting aimed under, that how's that term go? How he's under or not the lighting underneath, pointing up to kind of accentuate his shadows on his face, and it brightens, and along with the weird sci-fi sounds. It's like, he's got a screw loose. And of course, there's the poster with our help, the mentally ill can come back. I think is what it says, right? The one that's right by his right shoulder there.
I wonder
With-
how often you see that in subways.
Yeah.
A poster saying that.
And like I said, it's like, it's not too subtle. And then what's the poster? It's dress as smart as the devil, whatever the heck that means. It's like something
Yeah,
about
what just happened?
it's something about the heat, right? It's the what's that say now? Something about
I don't know.
it's like something about the heat, and then dress as smart as the devil. It's like shield yourself from the heat, or I don't know, but it's like what? Because you're burning in hell. It's like what? It's like
Yeah, I'm just wondering what the point is here.
well, she's talking
Yeah,
about evil and the devil.
yeah, I know, but what are they trying to say? With the posters and everything, it's like I'm not quite sure because in talking about salvation, I guess we already covered it, but in talking
Yeah,
about salvation to launch into dietary rules in Leviticus. I mean, like when you see somebody there, she sees he has a pale complexion. She's worried about him and she wants to, help. Are you gonna, is your first concern, are you eating right?
yeah.
Are you,
It's the fact that she goes into talking about the devil. The temptation is everywhere, evil's everywhere. The devil isn't that what she's more fixated on, rather than the strict Leviticus passage? I think
Yeah, she mentions the unclean animals, so,
unclean.
but I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not sure how any of this ties together either.
yeah, I'm
yeah.
not
It's
sure how that was selected as the thing
right.
that
It's
she should say. Was it random? Did they just not know and say, oh, these people just quote the Bible, so we'll find, hey, flip through it here. Let's just quote that.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, unfortunately, we can't ask Charles Beaumont.
I mean,
Uh,
unfortunately, it just comes off like he's trying to make her as annoying as possible. So it makes sense
right.
when Alan decides to chuck her in front of the tree.
Yeah. The great Mark Scott Zicree, in his commentary on the Blu-ray, he talks about, in a sense, I can't quote him exactly, but basically saying, the overt or the overzealous, shall we say, people at the airport, etc. Wouldn't you want to do this? Don't you feel like doing this when they come up to you? And and it's like, well,
Wait,
maybe you do, Mark,
wait,
but
wait. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just realized it is Cam Cam's birthday. We've got to say happy birthday to Cam Cam.
oh,
He says, "Oh, you're doing two Wayfarer project. You're doing that excellent Babylon 5 retrospective. My friend Colin is on your panel.
Oh,
Quality
Colin
streams.
Parker is on. Yeah, definitely is on the panel, but I didn't know. Are you who Colin streams with? Cam Am? You could just pop that in the
Cam
chat.
Cam, Cam
Cam
Cam is
Cam.
great. Um, he's got to step away. He's going to be in and
Okay.
out, and he says to take it easy. He's got some birthday stuff to
Take
do
it easy.
later this afternoon, so he tipped himself off there.
Take it.
It's his birthday, so let's play a video for him. Here. Oh no, dropped off.
Well,
where did I
happy
go?
birthday.
Well, I had to find my birthday clip.
Oh no, not Frosty.
Except, of course, happy birthday. Surely the best of times.
Yes, Spock. I
Yes,
highly approve of that.
yeah. I
But
could.
whatever you do, don't play that Frosty.
Well, now you kind of make me want to play it.
The longer you live.
Happy birthday!
Ah! No, I feel like jumping in front of a train. No, sorry. That was uncalled for. I'm sorry, folks. Yeah, happy birthday, Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Twilight Zone. If you're going to be jumping out of anything, in
It
front of
has to be a
anything, it should be.
window.
Yeah, you have to jump out
Yeah,
of the window.
on the first story for me. No.
Yeah. With the 2-foot drop.
Yes. I'll see you in the future. Crash. No.
It still seems like a bad idea.
A very bad idea.
And Oila Greg also says, happy birthday. Okay.
Yeah.
And the way to salvation is buy my book.
Oh,
No, read the good book. Find Jesus. Oh no,
But-
Jill.
Is that like where's Waldo?
The train. And what's interesting is if Alan and the old woman are waiting for the subway, it doesn't stop. It just goes whizzing on by. And I'm like, well, you just missed your train,
yeah.
you know,
Well,
and of course
maybe
the old woman missed everything. It's like
Well, yeah.
she's
Poor
and he,
lady.
you know, but the train did not stop. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Well, it could be an express, and this wasn't one of its stops.
Okay.
It could be. That could be.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
It doesn't even sound like it's slowing down.
It's the next train that slows down in 6 minutes, right? No.
Right.
be.
That's exactly right. Well, I'm going with Lawrence's idea. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I didn't think of that one.
Canadian Spider-Man says, happy birthday to Cam Cam. We'll message you. There you go.
Yeah, when I used to live in
Hey,
Miami,
it's
I
okay.
used to have to deal with that where there were some expresses and they didn't do all the stops, so I had to wait
Uh-oh.
for the next one.
And now we get our opening narration. There he is, right there.
Behind that
and-
very, very incredibly exciting background.
Yeah. Yeah, the glamour shot background.
Yeah, whenever Serling had some business out in LA, that's when they would film like 4 or 5 of these as best they could. And like I mentioned before, the producer was the one that actually, Herbert Hirschman, is that right? It's Hirschman? Is that?
Yeah, he's
Yeah. Herbert Hirschman
Herbert.
was not only a producer, he was also a director. And so if they needed some pickups, he would not call the original director back. He would do them himself, which was interesting.
Oh.
And
Yeah, that
George T. Clemens, the cinematographer, since these are now hour-long shows, he alternated with another cinematographer. So he didn't do every episode like in the first 3 seasons, but he really enjoyed working with Hirschman because of the fact that he used to be a director. And so it seemed like, I don't know if he was suggesting this or not, but what I read in one of the 2 Twilight Zone books, I can't remember if it was in Scott Zakri's book or in the other Martin Graham's book, but it seemed like he was saying that Hirschman was easier to deal with than Buck Houghton. But I'm not
Well,
sure.
that's lucky.
I don't know if that's what he meant by that, but it seemed like that's what he was implying. But
the thing is that Buck Houghton worked really well with Serling, but Serling's not here anyway.
Yeah, he's Buck Houghton was an incredible producer, and the first 3 seasons speak for themselves.
Yeah, yes, and he was incredible in Lost in Space too, and both shows suffer when he's gone.
Oh my goodness, that's right. Yeah, he butted heads too much with Irwin Allen on Lost in Space, which is, I can understand that, because if you're a creative and you're butting heads with Irwin Allen, who it's my way or the highway, yeah, you're gonna want to leave in a huff as well.
So, Stone Racket, could you read for us the opening narration for this episode?
What you have just witnessed could be the end of a particularly terrifying nightmare. It isn't. It's the beginning. Although Alan Talbot doesn't know it, he's about to enter a strange new world, too incredible to be real, too real to be a dream. It's called the Twilight Zone. Dun 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 dun. No.
Yes. Yeah, there's usually a music flourish.
Oh, that's just that's the Stone Racket generic flourish.
I like it. So
And
anyway,
there's
after
the oh,
anyway,
go ahead. Sorry.
it's okay. So anyway, after murdering a little old lady, Alan heads to his girlfriend, his fiance's apartment. So does he? Okay, so that does he just have no remorse about this, or did he forget about it?
I think
Why
we're
isn't this
supposed to.
affecting him?
I think we're supposed to think that from the sounds that were happening, that something was going haywire with him. Of course, we get more clues as time goes on, but something was going haywire. It had to do with some eerie technology. And other than that, it
Hmm.
makes him do bad things. And that's all they were trying to communicate there. Why
Yeah,
they chose to portray that lady that way and in that way, I don't know.
yeah.
But it was odd.
But they uh it's interesting, he knows he did wrong because what did your slide reveal there, Jill? He runs away out of the subway. He runs
Yes,
off. So it's like, okay, so how'd you get to Jess's place? And
he
he's
ran. He
and,
ran
and
all the way.
he ran all the way. He's 45 minutes late, but he's very charming. And so in a way, I think he is amnesiac concerning this horrific murder that took place that we witnessed beforehand.
He only has a brief. Well, right. Okay, and there's evidence that you're correct later in the episode, so I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah.
He may only be briefly aware of the crime, and then it leaves his memory for whatever reason.
Yeah, and there's a big clue later on
Yeah, there is.
during
There
one of
is.
his, I'll just say
Yeah.
one of his episodes. There's a big clue. Well, I'll go into that when we get there. And what I was going to say was, and here is the delightful Gail Kobe.
Yeah, she's cool.
I was a little confused as far as the times were concerned when she's talking about the time of arrival and everything. Are we talking AM here?
Oh yeah, it's
And
Yes.
4:30 a.m.
So she
and
was
he was
roasting a chicken all night.
yeah
Yeah,
for their
yeah,
little
essentially for lunch.
their
She
for
says
their
it's for
pic
lunch.
yeah for their picnic lunch apparently because she's got a picnic basket.
And then she said to him, "You must have stopped off for a drink or two." It's like, lady.
Yeah,
That
doesn't
way.
everybody stop off for a drink at
They're
5
usually
a.m.
not
in the
even
morning?
open then unless you're in Vegas or somewhere crazy like that.
Yeah, that's a good point because it was 4:30 in the morning
Yeah.
because it was so dark. When he leaves his hotel, and it's like, well, is there? I mean, where would he stop off that early for a drink? That's
Well,
of course
no, it's just because he didn't take the subway. He ran all the way to her
yeah
place.
Maybe a breakfast place and coffee, but I don't think
yeah
that's what she meant.
yeah.
So it was odd, but and then for lunch, I roasted this whole chicken. It's like, how many hours did you spend watching that? Wow.
Overzealous and excited to become a wife, so she's
Yeah,
she's
maybe.
overdoing it.
Yeah, and they do mention throughout how worried and lonely she is, and she does express that she's a spinster. But even in 63, would they call a 20-year-old a spinster?
She's no, she's
She
in her
said
30s.
20. Well, she said
She
20.
says I'm well past 20.
Oh, I thought she
Something
said.
like that. I'm past her 20s, and it's like a kind way of saying she's entered
Yeah.
her 30s.
Yeah, I was figuring she looks older.
Yeah, the episode really needs two very strong performances from the principals here, and we get that, and then some, in my opinion, anyway. Because Gail Kobe, I'm convinced that she's whirlwind romance. Just 4 days, and they're planning to get married. He's already proposed, and things are going. How fast, Jill? Warp speed.
Yeah, I'd agree with that assessment.
But the way she acts throughout the whole episode, I buy it.
She's
Yeah,
very eager.
the spinster line is necessary to say why she might be impulsive.
Yes, very much
She's
so.
been lonely for long enough.
I just
Yeah, and she's
misinterpreted it because I thought she said 20, but whatever.
yeah, it's she's I'm convinced that she deeply loves, is in love with Alan. So
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
right. It
she.
is written strangely, Lawrence. It says over 20, and it doesn't say
Okay.
in my 30s.
No, and I must have missed over. I
yeah,
thought she was actually
well
20,
that's
but
in my opinion, that's a kind way of saying she's in her 30s, and she's worried about,
Mm-hmm.
like, am I going to be a spinster?
Well, it's a
In
So
real
good.
life, it's like,
It's a
so,
good way of saying why she would be impulsive. So, I
yes.
mean, I think it's perfectly fine with that. No, I was just still confused about the time of day and everything.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
understand all of that, but I'm
yeah.
still stuck on this slide because I did want to talk about the junior woodchucks that
Oh, the
Alan
junior
is
woodchuck.
he's pretending to collect money for. It is actually a fictional Boy Scout organization. It was created by Carl Barks in 1951 for comic books that involved Donald Duck.
Yes, and who wrote for that comic book?
Charles Beaumont. So
Charles
that's how he knows.
Beaumont.
That's how he knows about it. That's how
Yeah,
it's in his memory.
the junior woodchucks. I get a toy typewriter if I get one more subscription.
Yeah, the toy. I mean, a toy typewriter. Wouldn't it still be a functional typewriter? I don't know what the difference between a toy
Yeah, it's like,
typewriter and a real one would be.
did the toy typewriters actually type, or was it a pretend kind of thing? I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah. Well, because you know how they have the toy computers for little kids that aren't really isn't really a full computer.
Yeah.
Well, Schroeder used to be able to play Beethoven sonatas with a toy piano.
Yeah, the only time it's realistic,
True.
it sounds realistic, is when he does the Jingle Bells. The third time.
Yeah. Oh, they kicked you out.
Well,
Okay,
she's
let's
going
do
through her
that.
brands again.
What are you doing?
Or in this case, it's cat gone it because. Ah!
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna do this just so to get it over with. Okay.
Are you brand exploring? Oh, yeah, I guess so.
All right, almost there. Now you're not dropping out anymore.
I feel like I've been dropping into the Twilight Zone.
Okay, we're finished. Now it's safe to talk again.
Oh, I thought you were getting a clip ready to play there.
Well, I was, but now I'm not finding
Now, do you
it.
have any clips from this episode?
I have a few, but they're more towards the end. I didn't get a whole lot.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to have our toy piano was an upright piano, and it sounded exactly like Schroeder's playing of the Jingle Bells the third time he plays it.
Nice.
First time it's his concert piano, and then the second time he plays it, it sounds like an organ, and the third
Well,
time he plays it,
you
it's
also,
definitely a toy piano.
yeah, and sometimes you hear the drum and bass come in too from the rest of the Vince Guaraldi trio.
Ooh, this
Gavin
is true.
asks, what is wrong with overnight chicken?
Nothing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think
I
so.
signed out all the Peanuts books they had in like elementary school from the school library and basically read them all in the first few months.
Oh, great. That that's awesome. How young were you when you did that?
I think this was fourth grade or fifth.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I
Yeah, that's wonderful.
I don't remember. Probably like, was that 9, 10?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime they offered a collection through Scholastic Book Services, or Tab Books as they were called when I was in school, I always bought uh, the you know the Peanuts collection. I even got the novelization edition of uh, It Was a Short Summer, Charlie Brown, with pictures from the actual animated production. Really, really high quality little
Mm-hmm.
paperback.
And there's her chicken.
Yes. And now I'm hungry for Boston Market rotisserie chicken.
Packing it for the picnic.
The picnic.
Yeah, because they're gonna go to his Aunt Mildred. But he's asking her if she's having any second thoughts about getting married since they barely know each other. And no, she's totally fine with him. He's got a high-paying job. He's a scientist. He's researching bombs. But then he corrects her.
No,
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 no.
no,
I'm
no.
researching computers.
Yeah, I wonder why she says a bomb. It's like,
She, whoops.
interesting.
Well, I
Then she
guess.
says then she said I'm sorry. That he's very nice to small animals and chestnut vendors. But she hasn't seen him with religious old ladies.
Yeah, with people handing out religious tracts in a aggressive manner.
Yeah.
And more happy birthday wishes to Cam Cam.
Yeah, Tim says happy birthday. And well, I think David Jones has a request here. Since I was playing the peanuts, but I keep forgetting where I put those peanuts. Oh, there it is.
Nickels, nickels.
That
nickels.
beautiful, beautiful sound. Nickels, nickels, nickels.
And the Charlie Brown's expression. It's like, oh, come on. It's like,
yeah. And hello to Tommy. Tommy in the Guinea Pig Collective. Hello.
do either of you have pantophobia? The fear of everything? No.
So they're establishing their relationship, and it actually works for me, even though it's insane to want to get married in 4 days. I can see it.
Yeah,
People do that a lot.
Yeah, I'm convinced. And then that his shall we say conscience is coming through, and he says, "Are you having second thoughts?" And then, of course, later it comes through big time, right, Jill?
Yes. And so Alan is taking Jessica to his hometown of Coraville. And there we go, through the trees in a convertible. And they drive up to a little river or lake or something. And she wakes up Alan from a nightmare he's having about some guy named Walter.
Jill,
Yes.
I think we're supposed to have slides up.
Yeah. We don't
Yeah,
see the convertible. There
yes,
it is. There's a convertible.
it's a 1960 Ford Sunliner convertible.
Nice. A
And
Ford.
there's the lake that we see in every 60s production. I think is that the one that Andy Griffith and Opie walk by? I don't. It's like No, I
Yeah,
think it's used primarily. I know it's used many times for Twilight Zone because it's on
it,
the MGM backlot.
it may have been used in Outer Limits too. It looks very
Oh,
familiar.
yes, that's a good point. That's the
Hmm,
next thing that Jill's going to be covering is Outer Limits.
Mm.
possibly. I don't
No,
know.
no, it is. No, sorry.
So,
Start with the galaxy being and go from
Yeah.
there.
I mean, when Jill is ready for a vintage sci-fi show, hopefully it'll be the Outer Limits, but
Yeah.
right. I like to mix it up.
yeah.
So she wakes up Alan from the nightmare he's having about Walter. And there's some foreshadowing here because he jokes that Walter is his brother, but
Who
he really doesn't
who is
remember
kept where,
Walter.
Jill?
In the cellar.
In the cellar. More foreshadowing. This is also autobiographical with Charles Beaumont because this is when he was suffering from headaches, and he also would have recurring nightmares,
Mm.
Oh.
and his nightmares were weirdly in chapters. So it would be successive nights, it'd be the next part of the nightmare. So it's like he was going through quite a bit with the disease that eventually killed him at a very young age.
Yeah,
I
we
think,
talked about that really
mhm.
early in our
Yeah,
Twilight Zone discussions, and so I kept being delighted to see him again and again.
yeah, this is basically the last year where he was producing full scripts without the help of Jerry Saul and who was the other writer? Jerome Bixby. Both would help him finish his scripts because he was going through quite a bit.
Hmm.
But this is definitely a full Charles Beaumont teleplay, and I believe the next one is as well. Next one or two before he started needing some help.
Mm. Yeah, that's unfortunate what happened to him, and at
Yes,
least you
it's
got to give us
terrible.
some good stories.
Oh yeah, he was quite the prolific writer. He was writing for television and movies, and he was doing, publishing his stories. So he always had an assignment. He was never out of work.
Hmm. So Oiler Greg says, I really need to fix my cellar door lock before my evil twin escapes again.
Yeah, that's why I was laughing. I read it's like, yes, the doppelganger, but we'll get there, right, Jill?
Yeah, we'll get there. The only thing we have to do left in this scene is that now they switch places. And
And what does he say?
oh, changing of the guard.
Yes, which was the
Hmm.
previous episode that was aired.
That's a funny Easter egg.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because when he said change of the guard, I went, well, we just talked about that, and that's what was aired at the end of the previous season.
He also mentions that he used to take girls up here when he was a teenager to romance, and that he was
Well, hey,
nicknamed.
why not? Look at the boat.
Yeah, he was
You got to
nicknamed.
kiss the girl. I mean, it's right there. Oh,
Oh,
I'm
right.
referencing a different movie, but
Right, The Little Mermaid.
yeah.
He says he was nicknamed the human electrode, whatever that means.
Ooh, more foreshadowing.
Yeah,
Spoilers. No,
more spoilers, yes. Then they arrive to town.
boy, this really looks like New York, right? Right, Lawrence?
Yes.
Right, Jill?
Well,
This looks like California to me. I don't know what,
well, maybe in the 60s, New York
No,
was
this
a
is
little
definitely not.
fresher.
Well, anyway, and they spelled Coralville wrong. Oh, no.
That's weird, right? What's with that
Yeah,
extra E?
yeah, that's
Tommy says if I have an evil doppelganger, the whole world is done for.
oh no, that's one evil doppelganger. Of course, he's capitalized evil, so it's like, oh.
Evil with a capital E.
Yeah,
Right.
so he's not messing around. He means what he says and says what he means.
Yep. So he starts recognizing buildings in his hometown, New Brunswick Hotel. He says that inside the hotel you'll find an ice cream parlor and a magazine store.
Well, at least they got Newark included, I guess. New Brunswick being in Jersey,
Right. And then
North Jersey.
the first thing baffles him. He sees a building he's never seen before that must have been put up within the past week because it wasn't there before. And so
Yeah.
Alan says it must be prefab.
Yeah, that's definitely a modern building.
Jessica decides she wants a drink, but Alan says there are no bars. But she says, I thought I saw one. But
Once
she
again, she doesn't know when is a good time to have a drink. It's like, isn't it like 10 a.m.?
it's still it's still before noon, yeah.
But like, it's foreshadowing, Lawrence. Foreshadowing, right?
I guess.
Because when we get to
Oh,
the writer's
my
residence,
God. They're both alcoholics.
she'll fit right in, right? Oh,
Uh-huh.
spoilers.
She will. They'll both be alcoholics
They'll
together.
be,
Oh, to
hey, it's
mesh things
4:30. It's time to drink. Hey,
It's 4:30 a.m.
it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Time to drink. Hey, it's 2 in the afternoon. Time to drink.
Maybe in the Wild West. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh, right. In the Wild West, they have like a raw egg with their beer.
Or
That's
the
a
ancient
breakfast.
Egyptians, they used to have beer pretty much to kill off the microbes. They didn't know that, but that's why their
Right. They
beer
didn't
was better
realize
than
that
their
it was
water.
yeah, they didn't realize that just the act of boiling the water is why the beer was safer.
Although it was pretty light, compared to
Mhm.
if they were actually drinking.
Excuses. There was just ancient Egyptians' excuse to be drinking in the morning. Anyway, she accepts the coffee. She's like, "All right, that'll do."
All right, good.
Yeah,
work.
well, I help her sober up. Oh, no,
Right? She's got to get off that bender.
yeah, no, she's really sweet.
I know it's just weird.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, it's like this doesn't really fit. It's like she's
She could have asked
so
for a
sweet and
cup of coffee
delightful,
to
but she's
begin
like,
with.
let's get a drink. It's like,
Yeah.
She's always ready to party.
she's a party girl. Yeah.
Tommy says the drink after work, the drink before work, the drink during work, then the drink instead of work.
Instead of work.
Well, maybe the drink would have helped her deal with the stuff that's happening in this episode because now the concierge or the man at the front desk here says, "No, there's no store here. What are you talking about?"
Are you
Yeah.
drunk?
Are you? Yeah, it's like there's never
But-
been a store here. What are you? Yeah,
But
you on drugs?
Jessica-
No, and
She's just Jessica's got these rose-colored glasses, so she's like, "Oh, you're just a brilliant scientific man who must be a little absent-minded." And so this is not off-putting to me at all. And for him, he says it feels like 20 years have passed.
Yeah.
ooh, more foreshadowing. Oh, spoilers.
Right. And it's good setup for the mystery, really. I didn't figure it out.
And
I thought,
here's
maybe it's a different dimension, maybe he time traveled, what's going
Look.
on?
yeah, here's Aunt Milford. Aunt Milford's place, and boy, wait till we meet Aunt Milford.
Yeah, she doesn't look the way I expected. And so he lives in his deceased parents' home, and it's also the place where Aunt Mildred lives, so he takes her there. But it turns out that Aunt Mildred is a gruffy man saying that the home belongs to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, what his first words? What do you want? Are you
Yeah, does
are
he
you here to
always
sell a magazine subscription? Get out of my face if you are.
does he always answer the door that way? I wonder.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking this is
Well,
he's pretty grumpy all the time, and
yeah, and
any
he
anything
carries the
any little
grudge.
yeah. And what contrast when we meet another neighbor.
Yeah, and he says that if Alan doesn't leave, he'll call the sheriff.
Yeah, well, he's going to call him anyway. Oh,
Yeah,
foreshadowing.
yeah, that's true. He's gonna call him anyway,
Yeah,
so
he's
it
one of
doesn't really
those. I
matter.
was going to say earlier, he's one of those friendly neighbors that any little thing that annoys them, they call the cops.
Yeah, right. So
Here you come to
so
my
yeah,
door,
this is
be bewildered.
I love the look on Jessica's face anytime these mistakes keep happening, and she's like, "Yeah, this is fine. I'm totally okay with this." I
No,
think,
she looks kind of
uh,
troubled, but
Yeah, she
she
she's
doesn't
does.
look.
like,
Yeah, she's like, what's going on here?
but
Yeah.
her
Do I really know
biological
this man?
clock is ticking.
Yeah,
Yeah. And do we really know who Alan is? Alan doesn't really know who Alan is. And then we get some more spooky sci-fi noises that are causing Alan more distress.
yes. And that
There he is,
lighting again.
right? And Alan decides he should call the police. But first, he checks with the next door neighbor because he wants to meet with his other neighbor, Mrs. Cook, to see what's going on. But a very young lady is there to tell him that she's been dead for 3 years.
Mm.
And yeah, no, but how could that be? Alan just had lunch with her a week ago.
That's right.
Hmm.
And then Jessica has to pull Alan out of these uncomfortable situations because he was almost shouting at that girl.
Yeah, it's Sherry Granado, credited
Oh, sure.
as girl.
Yep, she is girl. Yeah, let's see, where is she?
Yeah, you just had her up. Where'd she
I
go?
did. I think I only had one slide of her.
Yeah, it's okay. That was a good spooky slide of Alan.
Yes.
Hopefully, do you have a clip with the weird sounds?
Oh no, I didn't get it. But you know what? I can bring
Oh,
up
that's all right.
the video. I can do this
I guess when
because
they
it
last,
happens so many times in the episode. I'll be able to find it.
Oh,
I
that's
guess when
okay.
they, sorry, I'm in a delay, I guess, because I keep starting. It's just, I was wondering, like, the first time we heard the sounds, he commits a murder. Second time we hear it, he just looks thrown off a bit, but not driven to do anything. But then
Yes.
later, of course, he does get an impulse. So it's kind of weird as to what the sounds mean.
Yeah, it's kind of inconsistent, but I guess there's times where he when he gets confused,
Hmm.
uh, and then times where he gets homicidal.
Yeah.
But Lawrence, are you on the YouTube side or are you on the StreamYard side?
I'm on StreamYard.
Okay, excellent. Because you said there was a delay, and I
Well, I
thought,
think in my audio, because I keep talking while people are talking too. So it's weird. I don't know. I know that
oh,
happens in streaming a lot, but there must be a little extra delay today because it
oh
seems like
dear.
every time I start talking when other people are still talking, it's like, what? Oh,
Okay, no problem. Oh my goodness, I hear the sounds.
yeah, there we go. She got it. Yeah, a bit robust, I think. They probably would
Yeah.
have gotten away with something a little bit simpler because it
Yes.
is non-diegetic. No one's hearing them in this scene, and
Right.
maybe he is, but
Yeah.
not likely.
Yeah. I was going to comment on that earlier that if I were producing, I would have something like you said, Lawrence, simpler and for me a little subtler because
Yeah.
just have some weird sounds, but not anything electronic sounding. I mean, I hear some of the sound effects from Forbidden Planet in there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, it could be electronic, but maybe just like a warning.
yeah, something, yeah,
Something
something,
simple.
very simple.
Simple. This sounds like a bunch of alien things.
Yeah, it's like, is he a space alien? No.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised with those sounds to see an alien spaceship show up.
That's right.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So after this, they decide to drive out to an empty field behind some fencing, which it'll come up in a little bit here. The old man is thinking, "Dang, hippie! Who's the hippie? Is the little girl?"
No, I don't know what he's getting at, because Alan does not have long hair, and he's dressed just fine.
Oh, okay. You mean the
it's like
man at the
the
house?
grumpy guy? Get off my lawn!
And still a little before the hippies.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, he would be beatnik.
A beatnik, yeah.
Yeah.
Where's his little beret and his goatee?
So yes, they do drive out to an empty field. This is where the university is supposed to be, where he works. And he knows he works here. He works on the 4th floor, but the building is missing. And he's like, "Oh, someone must have taken it down brick by brick and put it somewhere else."
Yeah, that's likely. We move universities like castles.
It's like Minecraft. Alan's life just seems to be missing. And even with all this confusion, though, she is still sticking by him. Oh, I forgot to play this earlier. I do have one clip from early in this episode that I meant to play earlier. Where is it?
Well, I don't know what else. Can I think somebody I never saw before living in my house? Woman I had lunch with a week ago, dead 3 years. New buildings in the town.
Very confusing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good setup. It's a good mystery setup. So I'm enjoying this episode at this point so far.
Yeah,
And
it's
just
all sorts of different things that are not right.
Right. Yeah, the for an hour-long Twilight Zone, this has in my opinion, has a really good pace, and the mystery keeps building.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Jessica considers that 20 years may have passed, but Alan points out that the logic of the time passage doesn't work because that would make him older than he really is.
Or it would make him a man out of time.
Yeah.
In your time travel theory. Is that what you were first thinking, Jill?
Yeah, I was thinking he's either out of time, time travel, interdimension. He's in another dimension where he doesn't exist.
How about
that persons and persons unknown came to mind?
Yeah. How about you, Lawrence? What did you think when you first saw it?
I wasn't trying to guess. I was just, just
along for the ride.
Just along for the ride.
Because you never know what it could be with the Twilight Zone.
Could be anything, yeah.
It doesn't always go science fiction, Let's borrow from the quantum theory or something. Sometimes it could really be almost fantastical or somewhat spiritual. Because I was still thinking, okay, how are we going to rectify the lady at the beginning?
Right.
Or
yeah, me too.
Right.
I kept wanting that to be resolved somehow.
And the name in his image,
Yes.
because I was still thinking biblical then. So I was thinking this was going to take a more spiritual.
Yeah,
and it just wasn't going there though. But
yeah, with me, it was spoiled because I had an episode guide to the Twilight Zone before I actually got to see the 1 hour episodes. It took forever for those to be actually in syndication. In fact, I don't think it was until I got the DVDs that I had any access to the 1 hour episodes, but unless they occasionally on a cable channel, but because of the episode guide, I think actually it was Fantastic Television, the book by Gary Girani, that I knew that this was dealing with oh, spoilers, dealing with
an
android.
Yeah, an android, not a robot. An android this time. Yes, that
Yeah.
is the twist. So, but it's coming up pretty soon anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's a robot. But anyway, he's further to this mystery. He is finding out that Aunt Mildred never lived in this town at all. So somebody
like,
who is his family doesn't exist
Mhm.
at all. And so he's thinking, if my aunt doesn't exist, I have to see that my parents are buried. I must have parents. And so he goes to the cemetery
Yeah,
and
that's
end
true
up
biologically.
biologically, but since we
Yeah.
already know, since we've already revealed he's an android, yeah, he's not going to find them, but he's going to find a clue.
Yep. That's a big clue.
Well, that's true. In the car on the way there, he had like a nightmare and it had that Walter
Yeah.
name in it.
Right. And he remembers that nightmare. Well, only because Jessica told him, who's Walter? And so that name
Yeah.
is on his mind.
But that's coming up again.
There's his neighbor, Mrs. Cook, who's been dead for a couple of years, 3 years.
Yeah.
Even though he had lunch with her a week ago.
In the Twilight Zone.
Although this is a very strange, I don't know if it's a blunder or if he's talking about his grandparents, but he says that the Talbots have been buried here for 50 years. So there must be grandparents here too.
Right.
Because his parents died when he was 34 or something. I mean, not when he was 34, but like soon after he was born, because he's 34 or 35, his actor. So they must have died soon after giving birth to him, because they're if you look at the dates.
Jeepers,
the cops.
Jeepers, Jill, it's the cops.
Yeah, his dad was buried in 29, and
Who's
his
this
mom was
Walter
buried
guy?
in 31. So
Walter.
he had to at least have been conceived in 29 or before.
It's like, yeah, it's definitely not the Talbots, but there's a big clue.
Yeah, but he's not 50 years old according to this, because it is
right
now
present day.
This Walter Ryder here can't be the same Walter, because
it's not. This is the dad of Walter Ryder.
They should have
remember
put a
the nameplate
on the end, and the junior.
But we get the nameplate on the house. Has the junior.
Okay. Well, all right.
But I think it's kind of a mistake when he says
to me.
When he says 50 years, I think that's
a
mistake. Unless they bought the plot 50 years ago and it was just empty. I don't know.
Unless, another route they could have taken was to say Walter faked his own death somehow. I don't know how, but somehow. And then later he's free to go off and pretend he's Alan.
I like that they zoom in on the Walter, like, oh no. Now I know what's going on.
Well, at least it's not a red alert zoom in and out, right, Joe? No.
You're right. Right. We wouldn't want that to happen.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want a red alert to zoom in and out.
Actually, I think
I deleted that one, so you got lucky today.
Yeah, that definitely would have given me a headache, and I might have started hearing weird sounds too.
I needed room, or else I would have played it just now.
Oh dear, I got to quit talking about other clips. Because Jill's too tempting for Jill to press the button for the particular clip.
Yeah, you got lucky though; it's not there. So anyway, his head hurts again, and I guess this sound. Does this sound play again? Oh, nope, not that.
Oh, you mean like in the cemetery? Does it play again? I don't.
Yeah, does that happen there? I don't
Oh
know.
gosh, I don't.
His head hurts. His head hurts, so I'm just assuming.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
No,
can't
probably
remember.
not. No, but he's got a headache anyway. And now the policeman is walking over with the gruffy neighbor
Yeah,
from
this neighbor, I
Alan's
mean,
house.
We'll call him Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, but wait, what kind of police officers would just like harass someone who's grieving at at a tombstone?
well,
Uh,
especially since all the neighbor is accusing him of is coming to his door and saying that he had lived there and then just going away, and it's like, well, he didn't commit any crime or anything. Um, but then when he asks him, the guy admits, yeah, I guess I was wrong or whatever. And then the neighbor says, all right, well, as long as he owns up to it. It's like
And he
the
doesn't
police
come around here again.
the police are supposed to be just upholding laws, not going around to see if, they own up to
He even says
bothering you.
he even says about about Alan. He didn't commit any crime or anything, but maybe you should take him to a doctor.
yeah, that's the function for the cop in the script, is to get Jessica here to the side and say, this guy needs some help. I think you better get him to a psychiatrist.
Yeah, except that this interaction makes no sense.
But of course, Lawrence, YouTube is full of channels of people documenting cops harassing people who have committed no crime at all.
And so I guess it even happened in the 60s.
I'm not saying it's totally unbelievable or a big problem. It's just like maybe there's a way to tweak it a little bit or something.
Certainly. Yeah, I got what your point was. I was just being
Like
again.
it makes more sense if they were actually still at his house, like still even with
Right.
the neighbor, even at Mrs.
Right.
Cook's house, and they brought the cop up there.
Yeah, not tracking him down and finding
Yeah,
him.
it's like, gosh, how did they do that?
Exactly, that's what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Yeah, that would mean that neighbor must have been the homeowner must have been tailing him this whole
Yeah.
time.
well, he just
Hey,
wanted to make
come
sure
over
he owns up to having done that, that he
Right.
did
Yeah.
come to the door and say,
Yeah,
he
you're a
lived there.
very bad man. Don't
Very
come
bad.
in here again.
Yeah.
At
Lawrence,
least, yeah.
Lawrence, if Buck Houghton was still the producer, he would have fixed that.
Mm,
Right. No.
maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But-
Alan knows the sheriff as Carl, but he's been replaced, and Alan wants to meet him because Carl is his godfather, and that would clear everything up. Unfortunately, Carl is dead. So that doesn't
And
help.
you don't have to go far to find him.
No, he's right there.
Mm.
And then the police officer advises Jessica to help Alan and to seek some help for his dementia or his amnesia. More likely amnesia.
Yeah.
But you can't even just go with that because it's like, all right, some of these people did exist, some didn't. And, some of them he grew up with, and then some of them were just as recent as a few weeks ago. It is kind of like all over the place where you can't really be sure, what the situation really is here.
Uh-oh, Jill. There's that lighting again. He's got a rock.
Yeah, I know. It's a dark and foggy night, and Jessica's back at the wheel.
Yeah.
And she tries to relate with Alan's pain. She wants to help him solve the mystery. And she wants to put him in therapy to meet Dr. Matthews, a doctor she knows about who helped her friend who had amnesia.
But
And
in this scene, he's able to warn Jessica, when he's having this homicidal episode, and that shows that how much he does love her.
Yeah.
because he's able
That's true.
he's able to warn her, and he's still by the
Away from
tree,
me.
you know, and she's able to get to the car and take off just in time
Yeah.
before he totally loses control.
I thought it was better if they would have only used the sound for circumstances like this, like the train at the beginning and this, only at the times where he gets homicidal.
Yeah, I hear you there. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Space Cadet Stimpy. It sounds like Ren and Stimpy when they were in space.
Yeah, it does kind of sound cartoony, but I like it.
And Harpo is looking at me, and he's wondering, why does Jill keep playing those weird sounds?
Alan gets her to stop the car, saying he's sick, but of course he's being induced into a murderous rage because these sounds are doing something to him.
Mm-hmm.
We never really find out precisely what is triggering these murderous impulses, besides there being a mystery sound underneath his but we'll talk about that more once we get to the actual scene where we figure out his personality differences to his maker.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, he gets a rock, and I think this is when I do start having a few more clips.
Get out of range.
Nope, I dropped the slides. Also, we have a few chats. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, Cam is catching up. Thanks.
Catherine O'Hara, rest in peace.
Right. Yes, rest in peace, Catherine O'Hara. Thank you, the glove cleaner.
They said more details involving her passing. It's like, uh-oh, was there something more? He needs robotherapy. Yeah, that's true.
Warning, arms waving wildly.
Euler Greg, he has a giant spider as a pet. Did you know that, Jill?
Oh, no, I didn't know that. Anyway, he dashes from his car, and he can't take it any longer. He calls out for Jessica, as if as she approaches, we see he's brandishing this large rock, and he seems to be fighting with himself to not lose control. And because part of him wants to kill her and the other part doesn't, and he's fighting his impulse. And he says this. See if I have it.
Alan, let me help you. Let me help.
No, I'll see you later at your apartment.
How are you gonna get back there?
Never mind, just go. Go now, Jess.
No, I'll see you later at your apartment.
Without a rock.
Yes, I won't be.
It would have been a little more effective, I think, if he actually said to her, not like, I'll see you later at your apartment. It's like, there's something happening to me or whatever. I've got a rock. There's danger. You need to get away from me. You know, something more like that rather than I'll see you later.
I agree with you, but it works. She drives away.
I mean, it works. It works. I mean, she fortunately did.
Yeah. I had the same notion you did, and I thought, man, she's not going to listen to him, but luckily she did.
No, she did, but I just felt like if I was that situation, I would be like, get away from me, and maybe a little bit as to why, not like, oh, just go away, because you really need the person to go away. You need to give them a strong reason to.
Agreed.
I'll see you later. Don't worry. Just
yeah. Just yeah. I just really like this tree and this rock right now.
I need to spend more time with trees.
So Jessica does get away, but because the sci-fi sounds won't stop giving Alan a headache and auditory hallucinations, we end up having him standing still in the street where a car nearly runs him over. And it's well, speaking of cars, it's a 1957 Plymouth Savory sedan.
Yay.
Savory. Savoy.
Oh, savory. I
Is
was like, thinking
it
that was
delicious, Jill?
Yeah, apparently. So the driver is relieved that not only is Alan okay, but he's standing, he's totally fine. And now Alan looks at the injury he got from the accident.
Uh-oh.
And he finds out there's no flesh and blood or veins or anything he finds, moving mechanical parts. And so he should at this
Terminator.
yeah, he should at this moment know he's a robot or an android. But that's going to take him a while. It's at least going to take him another 15 to 20 minutes because we've got a whole hour to kill.
Yeah, there's
So,
not only wires in there, but there's blinky lights, Jill.
yes, I do like the blinky lights.
Mm-hmm.
So the man who ran him over drives him to his hotel, not to the hospital or anything, which is, in this case, good for Alan.
Yeah. He does
And
tell the man, you know, there's no blood. I'm all right.
yeah, he even signs a paper saying, absolving him from all blame.
Yeah, that's done off screen, but this guy's still concerned. So he's quite a contrast to grumpy neighbor guy because he's
True.
still concerned, wants to make sure that Alan's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. The guy cared a lot. He's like,
he did.
I'm worried about you.
Yeah.
So Alan heads back to the hotel room where he continues to ponder the mechanics in his arm. Later, we find out he thinks, oh, this is just a mechanical arm. I must be totally normal in my other arm, but I'm just too afraid to open up the other arm to see.
Well, he also, yeah, I was just going to get to this.
Yeah, he's trying to burn his
Well,
hand.
to see if he has any feeling, because he's like, he didn't feel anything. And this is a big error when we get an explanation later in the episode, because he should have feeling. But
well, he should, but I mean, he doesn't exactly put the fire onto his skin. I don't think he had a long time to give it a proper test.
Yeah, but he
gets a phone call.
Yeah, he felt nothing though with the injury to his arm.
Yeah, but I don't really flinch too much if I just feel a little
Well, there
heat
needs
from
to be some sensation for you to even just grab a phone here. I mean, if there's no sensation whatsoever, it's like
he has to have sensations. Otherwise,
Yeah.
how is he, a fiance? How is he having that kind of relationship if he doesn't feel anything? So he does feel.
Yeah, I guess just not pain.
Or we can hand wave it away with it's part of the malfunctioning.
Mm.
You know, it's like he was until a certain moment able to feel. But anyway.
Yeah, it could surround anytime the spooky alien sounds, the spooky sci-fi sounds come up, then that messes up his physicality as well as his mentality.
Yeah. I like that, Jill. Spooky sci-fi sounds.
Thanks. So Jessica's calling. She's been. I should.
Yeah.
I need to clip them though because it's not clipped right now. It's
yeah, nice little audio clip, and you can play it whenever I go on a tangent or no.
I need several videos for that. So she's been calling every 15 minutes, but she'll be by in the morning to take him to her doctor. That helped her friend.
Okay, so this is the same hotel, yeah. So that's why she would have the number. All right.
Right. This is the the hotel in the opening. What was it
The
called?
Chesterton, I think.
Chesterton. Okay.
Yeah, New Brunswick
Was in
is
his
back
town
in
in Coralville.
It's pretty easy to get in and out of New York City here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they only have to use that subway that one time, and then I don't think he even used the subway.
No. Oh, he got a
So,
ride from the guy that almost hit him, but it just is weird. You're out in trees and then you're down. I don't know.
well,
There you go.
It's hard for me to tell where I was.
speaking of weird, Lawrence, we go up to Walter Ryder Jr.'s house, and he has a nameplate on his front door. How many people have a nameplate on their front door? Usually, you have your name, your last name on the mailbox,
Yeah.
but not on the
Well,
front door.
I have seen that, but
Oh,
you're right.
okay.
It's not very common, but
If you have a private practice of some kind, maybe. But
could be.
It's
yeah,
true. That's true.
maybe.
He was a scientist, so maybe it's part business.
He has quite an elaborate setup in the cellar.
I guess so.
True.
Dr.
Yeah.
Walter R.
He wants.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you see this, Chad? He killed, Richard Kimball's wife, or he says David Jansen's wife, but Richard Kimball from The Fugitive, because he's the the one-armed man is the killer of Richard Kimball's wife in the Fugitive series. So he's the one-armed mechanical guy.
Mm-hmm. I see. So we go to Walter B. Ryder Jr.'s house, and the key that didn't work on Aunt Mildred's house before works on this house.
Oh.
And we meet just like Ellen.
Yeah, they did a superb job of doing the split screen photography.
And yeah,
And
and
then
so in the
and just real quick, when it's his actual actor double is Joseph Sargent, the soon-to-be director of Star Trek. He was the one that
Nice.
helped Leonard Nimoy with his Spock character when Joseph Sargent directed the Corbomite maneuver, he suggested to Leonard Nimoy to be somewhat detached when he says fascinating.
Nice. That's pretty cool. That's a
But
good
that
direction.
that was just, I said, Joseph Sargent, well, he's the one that directed Corbomite maneuver and, all that. And he made a good double for Grizzard.
Or Ellen,
For
Walter.
it's George Grizzard, right? George.
Yes,
Grizzard. Yeah.
George
Grizzard's double. But when they lock down the camera and photograph one half of the film and then reverse the footage and then film the other half, it's just absolutely spectacular. It just looks really good in high def. It's like,
yeah, and I like this episode because you don't have to wait the very last second of the episode to find the twist. You know right away now here that he not only is an android, as we found out a few minutes ago, but that he is created by somebody who looks just like him. So he is literally in his image. So you finally understand the meaning of the title.
Yep.
And it was yeah, so he's created he's a bit like Victor Frankenstein, who's created someone who's become a bit of a monster, a non-evil monster. He's just he became violent due to his nature.
Well, one thing that did trouble me here was using, well, the reason why I don't murder people is because of inhibition. And I'm like thinking, really? It's almost like
Yeah.
It's like, do we all just have this murderous impulse that some inhibition stops us from doing? Maybe on occasions you need that inhibition, you need that conscience to take in, to not do something rash and really, I don't know, moments that challenge you where you see that, okay, I can't take things too far, vengeance isn't worth it, that sort of thing, extreme cases. It's not something where it's like, oh, I think I'll just murder people,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
need
not just
inhibition
like
to keep you
I
from
feel
doing that.
I feel like killing today. Wait, no, maybe I shouldn't because of my inhibitions. No, I know that
No,
I don't think that's definitely not what he's saying.
he's not talking. It's not like that at all.
I
I
know.
mean, we all have thoughts.
Mhm.
If we get
Mhm.
angry, we have thoughts. Sometimes, uh, someone who's uh, more like a bully or kind of harassing. We all have a millisecond of, you know, violence, not necessarily murder, but,
Yeah,
beating the crap out of whoever's bothering you. Uh,
right.
you
That
know,
that would
but,
be better.
you know, but,
Explain it
uh,
that way.
but, he's apparently, something happened, Jill, with Walter, giving Alan, his engrams.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. That's true.
It's
He's
kinda
got to
like
give him his memories.
the inhibitions, you should have tweaked that on, instead of setting it at 2, you should have set it at, 12. No.
Well, if that explanation is going to work, then we could say, okay, maybe at the beginning he was really angry with this woman bothering him, but would it really drive someone to have some rash action of throwing her under a subway? And then the other one where he's with Jessica and he's at that tree. I mean, yeah, we can associate the sound with him feeling this urge to do something, but there was no trigger for him to be angry. So it's almost like, I think,
Yeah,
did they?
it doesn't make sense because we're dealing with an android that's malfunctioning, and
Yeah,
so
right.
the malfunction can be going this way in this instance and be completely different in another instant. So it doesn't bother me one bit because he's a machine.
Well, I mean, in that case, the explanation could be something more like you're going through some you're going haywire. I don't know what's wrong, or something like that, that kind of leaves it open there. But when it
Yeah, okay.
provides the explanation of, well, we all have inhibitions that keep us from doing things, you just must have lost yours. And it's like, I didn't see that line
Or
up.
he just doesn't have them because he was
Just
created
leave it,
differently
or just leave it
from
as a
he was
malfunction,
created differently from Walter himself because Walter doesn't like himself, and so he changed the personality of Alan to be more like what he wished he would be. But in doing so and making a perfect duplicate of himself that corrects his faults, he ended up creating uh someone who kills somehow for some reason. So
Yeah.
making some trying to perfect yourself, I
Yeah.
guess turned
I think
into
if he left the thing
malfunction.
as, you're malfunctioning, you know,
Right.
just leave it there. The inhibition thing kind of makes you think. I always think a little more deeper, and maybe that's my problem. But
No, that's not a problem at all,
No.
especially when you're talking about the killing aspect of, "Oh, we're all killers." I'm wondering if Gene L. Coon saw this episode and he just made it better in Taste of Armageddon. We can admit that we're
mm.
killers, but we're not going to kill.
Well,
Today.
what's the connection between the lady in the beginning and then Jessica? In the car in tree scene. What was the connection? So that's what I was thinking. And what
Uh,
was the trigger?
well, there wasn't a trigger.
Yeah.
It just
It was just the sci-fi sounds.
certain things, you know,
It
like
just seemed more
the
like a
next time he has an
malfunction.
episode,
Yeah.
next time he has an episode, he falls down and he's unconscious.
Mm.
And then the next time he has an episode, he staggers around like he's drunk. Who cares? It's like, but anyway, I don't have a problem
He's
with
having a
that.
personality malfunction because
Yeah.
he's being made too human. Kind of
There you
reminds me
go.
of later on in TNG. That's what happens with Lore. Lore is
Yeah.
given all the emotions and all of the complexities of humanity, and he becomes evil.
Right.
And Alan is not necessarily evil, except for whenever those sci-fi sounds happen. So it's like you
Right.
have Data, except the sci-fi sound happened, and then it's Lore
Yeah.
now.
Right.
I'm not going to labor it. I'm just saying that he could have just left it vague as a
No, but that's what we're
malfunction
here for.
rather than saying it's because of inhibitions that you don't have or that fail when they're supposed to kick in.
But
And it's like,
it's true.
It just
But
didn't seem like it, especially
that
with Jessica. There didn't seem to be a trigger that would drive him to do something that his inhibitions failed to hold back. It just seemed to
and
be
that
like a
tree scene,
haywire malfunction to me. It's just out
and
of
that tree,
nowhere.
and that tree scene showed that he did have some kind of inhibition because he kept himself from
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
killing
warned
her.
her at first, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna blame it on the tree. It's because of being next to a tree. There you go. No.
Now, if there were triggers, I guess the first one you could say, yeah, maybe he was triggered. I think it was a little much, but the second one, there should have been some sort of trigger, I guess, to kind of cue the audience into thinking, what was
Yeah.
maybe something that lines up with this explanation.
I think in the car, didn't he see that pamphlet again? Like for some reason, yeah, I think that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
happened.
I think you're right, Jill. I think he does. That's a good question. It reminds him of and it just sets him off. That may have been for Lawrence here, that may have been a
Okay.
trigger mechanism. Boy,
I
that's a
guess
good,
having the memory,
yeah,
having like some vague memory of the lab that conflicts with his programming of memory.
yeah,
That might be it. Like anytime this name Walter comes up, it can do something because it's almost like this is the thing that's breaking down the programmed memory of this past life you never had, like an implant from
yes.
Blade
You're
Runner.
talking
Blade
about
Runner.
memories.
Memories.
Like
You're
Blade
talking
Runner,
about
yeah.
memories.
Yep.
Yeah, like
Implants.
yes, that's
Implants.
exactly what I thought too. Lawrence is definitely Blade Runner definitely came up in
Yeah.
my idea because of the false implanted memories.
Yep.
And yeah, I think he does have triggers, but I'm not quite sure which one.
So that might have been it. Maybe I
I'm trying
just
to look.
missed it. Anytime things conflict with his implanted memories, it goes haywire.
Well, I'm looking at the driving scene now to see if he does see the pamphlet or what it is, or if he just suddenly needs the car to stop because he's feeling sick. Because she's just talking and talking, so I'm waiting to see. Right now,
Yeah,
he's still
if the
listening.
explanation was that, then it would have all lined up real nice. Just saying,
Yeah.
well, your
No, there's no
perceived
pamphlet.
memories are in conflict with your programmed memories, and that's what's causing this malfunction.
Yeah.
But still, it wouldn't explain the.
No,
it
the only trigger is the sounds.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah, the only problem with that is the opening. It's like,
Yeah, true. That wasn't a memory.
there's nothing memory related there.
Well, I think
No,
we
he
could have
doesn't know
had a
that lady.
different opening. Maybe something
Yeah.
that accomplished the same purpose, just a different way.
Yeah.
And it
He's
wouldn't
just,
have hurt.
Alan's just, he's just an anti-Christian bigot. No.
Okay, so anyway, though, George Grizzard does do a great job playing both the android and his creator. They do feel like very different people.
Yeah, it's a brilliant performance and should have gotten an Emmy for it, in my opinion.
Oh, an
Yeah,
Emmy, too.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a great performance.
Oh, yeah.
He's two
He did a
completely
good
different
job.
characters, and he's trying to, like Jill said, make a better version of himself.
Well, he really hates himself, and you hear that immediately when Walter says he's kind of upset that Alan didn't manage to off him with the scissors when Alan attacked him
Yeah.
to escape.
Yeah, he's really down, but everything changes when Alan reveals what, Jill?
That when
Yeah,
Alan
we'll
reveals
get there. We'll get there.
what does Alan reveal? We already talked about the cellar scene in detail, so you can say whatever you
Well,
want
I
at
mean,
this point.
what Alan reveals to Walter is that
Oh, right,
he,
his fiance, yeah.
his fiance, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, and that changes everything
It
for
does.
Walter.
Right. Which
And
is that's also really strange to me.
yeah, that like
Well,
that's kind of my nitpick is maybe they should have spent a little more time making that
well,
transition a little more believable. But
as many scientists, might be, it's like, yes, you were successful as a creation because you are better than me. You were able to get a girlfriend.
Yeah, and that's
I
something
don't
that he's
know.
not been able to do because
I guess.
he's a shy person.
yeah,
He's more introverted. He stayed living with his family, and
Yeah, it did
he
kind
didn't
of
get out
land.
much.
It did
yeah,
land with me a bit. It
okay.
worked.
I mean, with me, I mean, I don't have a big problem
Mm.
with that in the script.
Anyway,
Uh,
this is the scissor wound. We're
yeah,
gonna
the
get
scissor
off
one.
of the scissor
Damn,
That's
wound.
and it's like,
that's pretty serious, man.
yeah, it's like, well, did you go get that stitched up? Don't look like it. So
No.
in the commentary with Mark Scott Zachary on the Blu-ray, he goes, maybe Walter invented a special kind of surgical glue so that
Yeah,
he didn't need to go to the hospital to
That
get
yeah.
that stitched up.
no, it's remember, he's really dark. He wanted it to kill him. He was hoping the wound would kill him, and then it just healed.
Yeah.
Maybe he just
Yeah.
he never tried to
Well,
fix it.
after Alan's, left the house and his attempt didn't work, Walter was resigned to patching himself up with his
So,
surgical
yeah.
glue.
You don't have
Yeah.
to build an android just off yourself.
That's
Well,
true. Well, it wasn't his goal to do
yeah, it
that,
wasn't
but
his goal.
I
It's
know,
just
I know.
it's just that when Alan started malfunctioning, uh, it was almost out of the gate because he.
You can't even kill people right.
yeah, he
Oh, now,
starts well, and if you listen to some of the demented things that happen during the episode when he's at the tree, you can hear Walter asking Alan to finish him off,
Yeah.
but Alan just runs away
yeah,
and gets a girlfriend.
and gets Gail Kobe.
You're a
One of
machine, Alan, a mechanical device. I don't believe it.
But I'm a lover and not a warrior.
yeah,
He's the only one who doesn't know.
one of my internet buddies, Craig Beam, who does some commentary tracks on the Outer Limits Blu-ray set. He we interacted on the Blu-ray.com forum, and he's really into Gail Kobe.
Mm.
So she appears in a couple of Outer Limits episodes.
Mm. But no, I love the idea here of a robotic, an android creation finds that that's something he's good at, is connecting through feeling. And so he was very successful in doing that, in creating an android
Yeah.
that could feel and could deal with emotions and enough to to find a partner, albeit one that's a little bit desperate, but he
But
found one.
the thing is that once Walter learns that like you said, Lawrence, that his duplicate was successful in getting uh, you know uh, Jessica as a partner.
Mm-hmm.
That's his way out of his depression.
And his
And
terminal
his
loneliness.
his terminal loneliness, his terminal self-loathing, and that's why I like how this episode ends with, he's redeemed
Mm.
because now he has a second chance at life with Jessica.
Yeah, but
Spoilers.
he got a but as Lawrence is saying, the beginning is still unresolved with the robot having committed murder. And so what are the consequences to Walter for having created a
Well, I'm
robot that
not saying
somebody?
that has to be completely resolved, but maybe I just thought it was weird. It was an odd way of doing that because I was totally locking into like what she was saying as something meaningful when I guess for the whole story it really wasn't. And
Yeah, there's a disconnect.
yeah,
And the punishment, I guess, from a television censor point of view, is that the robot, or excuse me, the android, is destroyed.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
so his
Okay.
his punishment, uh, you know, spoilers, we see him just lying there. But the thing is, how would you describe well, we'll get there. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I
yeah,
guess if
yeah.
I can forgive Richard Daystrom for M5, I could forgive Walter for Alan.
Yeah, okay.
Well, the thing here also isn't it more of Walter's responsibility because he made Alan. So,
Yes.
Yeah,
but
but Walter has no knowledge of the
yeah,
murder.
that's true. That's true.
That's not revealed to him. So, but anyway,
So it does seem
And
to be out of his control. It seems to be out of his choice. He had no choice in the matter. And when he realizes it is happening to him, he does try to stop it. And that's what that tree scene was about with saving Jessica. So if he would have killed Jessica, then he would have been irredeemable. So there was
yeah,
that at least. But
they could
also,
have
we're not
they could
even
have
in the basement yet.
also
yeah, we
they
got to
could have
get to the basement, Jill.
I
they
can't.
could have
Not a
also
robot.
Go ahead.
attempt to murder someone at the beginning and just not succeed. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I would
But
have. Yeah, that would have been good.
yeah.
But
I like Lawrence's version of the script.
thank you. I
It's
keep
yeah,
trying.
maybe yeah, and have the subway actually stop, and maybe
right, 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 right.
someone getting off the subway going, "What are you doing to that woman?" And
Yeah.
like he's trying to throttle her, or he's something
And
like
then he
that.
runs away holding his head,
Yeah, and he just says, something like, I'm I'm not well. I'm not well. And he's holding his head, and I'm sorry. He just runs off. There we go. We solved it.
I like it.
Yeah, I like that
Let's get
better.
to work on
Thank you,
the
Lawrence,
rewrite.
for triggering that out of me. No, for
yeah,
Not
because
a robot. A duplicate of a human being.
an android.
But then I became an adult. Only somewhere along the line I forgot to grow up, like most geniuses.
He's a Dexter, as in Dexter's Laboratory.
The problem is Alan still doesn't really believe it.
You expect me to believe I'm a machine when I know I'm not? That's ridiculous. I eat, I drink, I sleep. Didn't I tell you I wanted a perfect creation?
must have an incinerator there that you don't have. Or does he go to the bathroom? Well, you can't.
No,
You
wait a
don't have
minute.
to answer everything.
Don't
in
answer that.
sci-fi.
Pretty sure he
But
does.
Lawrence,
Hmm.
Lawrence,
Yeah.
he eats, so he has bad breath. No.
Okay.
How would it be possible to create an entire nervous system that worked like a real one? How could the brain be duplicated with all its subtleties?
Yeah, the nervous system, and then somehow that malfunctions because he has no feeling with the damaged arm, and then the flame from the match in the hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so essentially we find out Alan was Walter's childhood dream come true. And yeah, just a duplicate of a human, so more like an android or even a replicant from Blade Runner
Yeah,
really came to
replicant,
mind for me.
which they're genetically grown.
Yeah.
Right.
They were
Right.
organic androids.
Uh-huh.
So how organic is Alan? He's made of plastic?
Yeah, it's like, wouldn't Jessica notice that kissing him? It's just plastic, so it has to be a really special kind of plastic. Oh, Forbidden Planet control panel light things.
Yes.
It's the Krell, Jill. It's the Krell.
The Krell lights.
The Krell lights from the laboratory.
Yeah, they tell you about the power and all of that.
Yeah, it was cool to see those again. Did you notice that, Lawrence? Those from Forbidden Planet?
No. Oh yeah. Let me show them again.
Yeah. Do you have a better slide of that?
I might. Oh, but first the slides actually have to be moving.
Move slides. Oh, there we go.
Alan is looking at the place of his birth. This is where he was born. And he sees his brothers down there under the cloth.
Yeah.
And we got to see this furnace. It kind of seems like a crematorium, but I guess
that was it was like, why did they make it like that? It should have been just a quote futuristic unquote looking like chamber where parts are put together or something, but that looks like you said, an incinerator. It's like, ugh. That conjures up things that I don't want to think about.
Yeah, same. We'll have to think about them in a few episodes though.
Ooh.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so wow, you can actually buy this like as a toy. Okay. Oh no,
What?
somebody 3D printed it or something. Okay, so I was just trying to look for the lights. These are the Forbidden Planet.
Oh,
lights.
cool.
Oh, okay.
Like somebody made them.
Yeah, there's a Forbidden Planet Krell laboratory lights or power indicator lights, and there's the actual scene with
those
Morbius and Altera and J.J. Adams, the captain, played by Leslie Nielsen. And
so everybody thinks that Pac-Man was inspired by pizza, but it was really Forbidden Planet.
Yeah, and Anne Francis as Altera, and Walter Pidgeon as Dr. Morbius. And Anne Francis is in a future 1-hour episode.
And of course, I was only kidding. It probably was the pizza.
Yeah.
But I like these lights.
Yeah, they're cool. The whole lab is cool. And it's better than Walter's lab by far. And it's in color, Jill.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to Walter.
And the sound effects were a little bit better.
Yeah, that too.
The music was very good.
Yeah, all these lights though, whenever he turns them on, it seems to give
when he powers that up, and it's like, okay, that's interesting.
And then Walter shows Alan a couple of his prototypes that failed. So these are your brothers. They are dead now.
Alan the first and Alan the second.
Yep. And Alan wants to know how he has all this money. And Walter says, I made an improved calculator that I used to make money.
To fundraise.
And he had help from other scientists who didn't really believe in his project, but they helped him anyway.
Yeah. So that patent on his improved calculator brought him millions.
Yeah, but he wanted to do more than just have algorithms. He wanted to have true machine learning, and that's where he came up with making Alan. He wanted to put his own memories into the cells, his talent, his knowledge. Let's see.
But
You expect me to believe I'm a machine when I know I'm not? That's ridiculous.
To play this one.
My own memories went into the cells. Some of my talent, some of my knowledge, bits and pieces of myself.
Engrams.
Oh, he's made of non-conductive plastic, and so
Yeah,
he further
non-conductive.
describes how he engineered Alan's skin, but then realizes Alan would rather know about the real owner of his fake memories, all his false memories.
Yeah.
But
And
didn't he find that some of those people never existed?
yeah, the
So it
Aunt
wasn't
Mildred.
just receiving someone's memories. They also put different ones in there, new ones or invented
Yes.
ones.
Yeah, he well no, it's Walter explains that some of his memories are faulty because it's 20 years past.
Oh,
And so certain things like Mrs. Cook perhaps was in a completely different town.
mm.
Or no, wait a minute. Do we see her grave?
No, she was
No,
the,
yeah,
yeah, we
she
saw
was
her
there.
grave.
Yeah,
so
we saw
she
her
was
grave.
actually
It
she was
was
actually
Mildred.
there.
Yeah, Mildred.
Mildred is a fabrication because she's a conglomeration of all the old ladies he's
Oh,
known in his
right.
life
Oh,
rolled
Right.
into one.
Okay.
yeah, I guess I zoned out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he never lived with an Aunt Mildred. He lived alone.
right. That's it. Yeah, Mrs. Cook was the next door neighbor. I'm sorry. My circuits are oh, no.
My creation had to have a memory. He had to have abstract reasoning power, a past, a personality.
Yeah, it's Blade Runner right there.
It is totally
And I
Blade
do
Runner.
believe Philip K. Dick's novel, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, was that's from the late 60s, is it not?
Yeah,
I
it's
think
in
so.
1968.
Yeah, so it's 5 years after the airing of this episode. So it's kind of like, because that made me think of Blade Runner big time.
Did
Yeah.
it heavily makes me think of Blade Runner. It's two people can come up with a similar
Oh yeah,
story.
yeah.
But I
Which
guess
happens
the
all the time.
university then was also just kind of made up, or at least
Yeah,
the
he made up.
location of it.
Yeah, he admitted that he made up a job for Alan, and so that was fabricated, and so that's more of a deliberate, well, misdirection, I guess, or memory that didn't apply to that town at all, but in reality didn't apply to that town at all. So.
After my parents died, I lived alone. The reputation as a Don Juan is, I regret to say, imaginary.
And so I guess these whenever you hear these sounds, oh wait, is it here? Yes. Okay. The sound I found earlier was better because it doesn't have her talking over it.
Did we get the impression that Alan was, acting like a Don Juan?
Well, that's kind of an exaggerated way of Walter describing, being able to get a girl.
Okay.
And so it's like he's not literally a Don Juan, because that would be someone that promiscuous and marriage would be completely out of the question for a Don Juan. He just wants to seduce women right and left. But yeah, that's kind of, I can imagine a very lonely genius scientist guy describing, just simply finding a girlfriend as being a Don Juan. It's like,
Yeah, it's a bit of an exaggeration.
just a bit of an exaggeration.
With you, something went wrong. Something went wrong. To put it even clearer, Alan, you're insane.
Got some echo there.
That's all right. Twilight.
There's a reasoning for that echo. I'll play it again.
With you, something went wrong. To put it even clearer, Alan, you're insane.
Yep,
Okay,
he
there we
definitely
go.
is got the crazies. Now, watching this for the first time, and again last night, it keeps reminding me of Alfred Bester's.
It reminds you of what?
It keeps reminding me of Alfred Bester's classic science fiction short story, Fondly Fahrenheit, about a homicidal android.
Hmm.
When you said Al Bester, I was thinking Babylon 5, but that's probably who the
Alfred
character's
Bester,
named after.
right? He's named after because of his novel, The Demolished Man, which is a telepathic society. It deals with a telepathic society, and special kind of detective hunting down a murderer. But
What was the name of that book again?
The Demolished Man.
The Demolished Man.
Yeah,
Very good.
I highly recommend Alfred Bester's work. His short stories are stellar, and I think he was the first science fiction author to win a Hugo for The Demolished Man. But don't quote me. But his other novel, The Stars, My Destination, is even more brilliant, in my opinion. And he wrote that before The Demolished Man. But yeah, it's he's a brilliant writer. But Fondly Fahrenheit does deal with a homicidal android that when he's in a certain environment, when the temperature gets a certain degree, he goes a little crazy.
Well, instead of temperatures here, it's auditory. Whatever those sci-fi sounds are, that's what triggers his murderous feeling. And Alan wants to know if this could be fixed. And Walter says, your existence was an accident. I just randomly started pushing buttons and something finally worked, and I don't know if I could ever even do it again.
He would say
So I don't even know how to begin to fix you.
Yeah. It was luck. Now, that's a bit odd there too with the luck. But I mean, I could understand saying, all right, well, certain of these things we were doing to develop you, some luck played into it. So I'm not sure if I could exactly replicate it, but he made it sound like luck was a huge part of it. And it's like, whoa. It just came together, man. It's magic.
But I think what I really wanted was to build another Walter Ryder. Only without the drawbacks.
A better you.
But now...
Everything I wished I was, my creation would be. Where I was shy, he would be aggressive. Where I was cold and withdrawn, he would be warm and outgoing.
Yep. And now he has a second chance with Jessica.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Alan is warm and outgoing when he isn't trying to kill you.
Right. But now Walter has a second chance to be that better self through Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get there, Jill. Spoilers.
Yeah, we are already here. We're already here. And And Walter learns about the girl, and he says the girl will find out eventually. For one thing, she will grow old and you will not. And then, um, being a machine, you'll suffer a breakdown someday. And so Alan shares with Walter all of Jessica's information because he thinks that Walter could maybe make a better Alan for her. And then just then we get the spooky sci-fi sounds again. So just as he finishes writing the address, they have a massive fight.
Yeah, and there's the trigger there.
There's the pamphlet. I knew I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, the way to salvation is not building an android duplicate of yourself. It's Jesus. And
Yeah.
Walter should have known that. No, anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, walk towards God. Don't try to become God.
Yeah, don't. Yeah. Oh, that's even better, Jill. Thank you. And this is great because it's George Grizzard and Joseph Sargent going at it, or maybe a stunt double thrown in there, here and there. It looks pretty good on the Blu-ray though.
Yeah, I love the sparks and the fire.
Yep. Now, if they just had one of the Victor Frankenstein lightning machines, just one.
Yeah.
No.
Tesla coils.
Yeah, there you go.
Need some Tesla coils.
Tesla coils.
The story is Frankenstein. The story is Blade Runner. I love both of those.
Yeah, it's a lot of things, past inspiration and then future stuff inspired by this.
Yes.
Oh no, Jessica looks worried.
Yeah, she does. She's
Poor
like,
lady.
do I really want to deal with this? You know what?
What is brilliant is we don't know which one is at her door because he's dressed completely different than either Walter or Alan. He's in a really nice dark suit, and he does the Junior Woodchuck thing.
He does.
So it's like
the joke.
So he's, he's going to be. It's very hopeful here. He's going to be. It is Walter, and he is going to be a better man.
Yeah. At least after. Well, maybe he'll clean up his lab and not make any more robots.
Yeah, he definitely. That's over and done with, and he'll have a true life with Jessica.
And I have a note here about the dual screen, and it's from Grizzard. He says the scene where I fight my dual self was done through a process they call split screen. The camera was situated and bolted so that it would stay in one place. Then they filmed me on one side of the screen, acting out the motions as if I was talking to my other self. Then they filmed me on the other side, playing the other role. There was tape on the floor to mark the center of the screen. I would not cross the line. The fella who played my duplicate during the fight scene, Joseph Sargent, read my lines off camera, so the dialogue would be timed. When they put the film together, both halves were sliced to give the appearance that there were really two Georges on the screen.
Yeah, that's very, it has to be very precise. It's just, I'm amazed at how well that came off on the Blu-ray. It looks seamless. Because sometimes, especially, it's harder with color photography because sometimes you can see the split because things aren't lit the same, and but with this it looked absolutely flawless.
I'd say it's one of the best looking fights on the Twilight Zone so far.
Yeah.
No windows.
The only thing I'm not sure about is the fade out. Maybe they could have done something different there. But I understand why they did it, for the suspense of, is it Alan or Walter?
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like that. I liked how the whole, fake out and the suspense there, and then the reveal and when we go back to the cellar.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I hate to interrupt, but my wife just cracked open the door, and Inga, the cat that passed yesterday that we had to bury, was a calico. Another calico kitten just showed up on our porch.
Oh, just showed
Hmm.
up out of the blue?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And we're in a rural area, but there are cats about, but we know pretty much all of them, but all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Wow. That's that I find that very interesting.
Yeah.
That's you are you and your wife are going to keep the calico
we
kitten?
She just mentioned it. I have no idea, but I mean, we have some that we keep as outdoor cats that just wandered over, and we
Uh-huh.
take care of them, make sure they're all right, but we don't invite them in because we do have Joe's, or we used to have two, of course, with Inga, but we want them to have their own space, and cats are
Yeah.
territorial.
Oh yeah.
But this one will definitely at least make sure she's fixed. But we'll make the decision about indoor, outdoor, I guess momentarily. I've just heard of it right now.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
haven't even
Wow.
seen the cat
Yes.
yet.
Well,
And
I hope
I'm
that
very sorry about Inga,
yeah,
but
Mm.
definitely.
responsibility did just show up, and I'm glad you're going to
Well, we take
take
Yeah.
care
care
of
of the
any
kitten.
cats that come our way in an appropriate way. Some need to stay outside, some need to come in. They get fixed if they need it, because you can
Yeah.
take them to the shelter, do that, and then bring them back home. Keep them indoors for a few hours, and then let them out when it's safe to.
Yeah. That's wonderful that you do that. You and your wife do that. But I hope the new calico as a kitten uh will be able to stay inside
Right, with
with your other
Joe's.
cat.
Yeah, Jozer's not aggressive, so it might work out. But we just
Yeah.
want to make sure that no one takes Jozer's space. And
Yeah.
since the outdoor cats that wandered over are older and a bit territorial, we had to keep them as outdoor cats.
Yeah, I understand.
And we're one of them we are going to take to get fixed that just came over, because that one's the one that kind of seemed to bother things a bit. And
Oh.
so that one, tomorrow, the Humane Society's open, so we're going to take it over to get fixed, and then
Uh-huh.
hopefully you'll get along, let
Yeah.
everyone have their own space. And if it doesn't happen, it may have to be relocated, but we'll see.
Yeah.
That's understandable. Well,
Yeah.
and that's good you're at least giving him a chance.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing all that, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relocated, I mean, like, put up for adoption. Definitely.
Hmm.
Yeah.
New home.
Euthanasia is not an option, as far as
Radio.
we're concerned.
Well, I meant a chance for staying around your house.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
didn't think you were gonna do that.
Well, no, we want to give them a chance once they're fixed, because that
Hmm.
usually can help, and then
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Otherwise, you'll find a better home.
Yeah. Oh, it's half Siamese, half something else. We're not sure, but it looks
Oh, you
pretty,
should.
so
You
it's
might. You
something.
might be able to find a home for
Oh,
him
yeah,
pretty
exactly.
easily.
Yeah, we're not
Since he's
worried about
Siamese.
that one. And it likes people. It may be a stray, but it likes people. It follows you.
Oh.
It follows us down to the road when we walk up and down the driveway. So it just doesn't like other cats at this point,
Okay.
but it's good with people. So if it doesn't
Mm.
work out with the fixing, we can definitely probably put it up for adoption, and someone that doesn't have a lot of cats in the area will be fine, because it takes to people very nicely.
Good. That's good news. Being sociable with humans is a good step.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You need that for adoption.
Mhm. Yeah, and yes, thank you for sharing. And yeah, and I'm sure you'll
Back to
make
the
the right
Twilight
decision.
Zone. Sorry, but
Yeah,
No,
no,
it's
that's
just
okay.
exciting news.
That's a very touching interlude. Thank you for
It
sharing that, Lawrence.
kind of happened to me that way too, except I was actively looking for my cat, and
You found
I found
another.
one. Yeah, I found another that looked like mine, and I said, "Okay, bring her over. I'll see if it's my cat." And it wasn't. It wasn't. I should have known it wasn't, but It was much smaller, much younger, and
But
we
you know
decided
what
to keep her.
troubles me is how many of these cats are out there, in this rural
Mhm.
area. It's like, people, don't you keep them, or I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
what's
or
going
yeah,
on.
like to properly find homes for them.
I
Yeah.
could understand if some got out and there's some that have gone feral and they reproduce, but it's I don't know. It just seems like too many of different breeds that it's like some people are not taking care of them.
That is an interesting happenstance. But yeah, back to
Yes, here we
Alan.
go.
Alan is gone. He's been destroyed.
Ah,
But
poor Alan.
but his expression on his face, he looks like he's at peace, though.
Mm-hmm.
Serene.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because Alan mentions it to Walter, that you have this opportunity now. And so it was very giving of him, very generous, because I think he knew I need to be sacrificed.
But the only problem here is Jessica's perspective. She has no idea she's marrying Walter. She fell in love with Alan. She fell in love with the android. And so it's going to be kind of weird once they have to sign that marriage license. And he says, well, actually, my name is Walter, by the way. You know that weird thing where I totally lost my identity? Well, now he's got to pretend that he actually did have amnesia and he has to go to
Oh,
this doctor.
yeah. That's a brilliant way to cover all of that.
Unfortunately, lies upon lies. Not a good foundation for a relationship.
No.
I
Well,
would I
well,
would say, hey, have you heard of this guy named Rod Serling? He made
and
this
Charles
possible.
Beaumont. It's the collaboration.
Yeah.
They're the responsible.
Yeah, that's where the morality play kind that's where the morality of the situation kind of falls apart because he says, I'll tell you about it someday. And
Yeah.
so the
Well, that's
moral
okay. It doesn't
absolutely
fall apart. It just puts it off, saying, "Hey, we can't deal with that right now." But
not right now. We only
That
see,
that'll be
but
next week's adventure, you
oh,
know, or next week's journey into the Twilight Zone.
moral absolutely cannot be. Don't worry if you create a murderous android, as long as he finds a nice wife for you and you can exchange places. And and they all
oh,
live
it's
happily, if
good to
not
see
completely
the old
honestly.
woman gets a mention.
Yeah,
Girl
Catherine
and
Squire.
old woman.
Now she appeared. She was the teacher in One More Pallbearer, the one with Joseph Wiseman
Hmm.
and the
Yeah,
bomb shelter, the rich guy with
yeah,
the
Yeah.
elaborate bomb shelter. So
Oh,
she
yeah.
was,
She was very good in that.
yeah.
I was asking for her name when we talked about it.
Oh, I didn't hear you ask for her name.
Oh, yeah.
Would
No,
have given that.
she did a great job there as the teacher, in dressing him down and explaining things.
yep.
I would not have recognized her.
Hmm.
Poor old
Yeah,
woman.
no, this was pretty good episode, even though the ending is a little off for me. Walter
Yeah.
says he'll tell her the truth one day, and I just wonder how she'll take it when she finds out she fell in love with the robot, and then will he ever actually
Well,
tell her the truth?
well, I don't know if he's going to tell her the whole truth.
Well, he's got to get rid of those robots in his basement first before he invites her in his
Oh
house.
yeah, he's gonna, like I said, he's gonna clean all that up, and uh, everything will be just peachy.
Well, he's got to do some more redemption work before he can,
Oh,
truly be redeemed, I think.
let's read the closing narration says,
Oh, yeah.
in a way, it can be said that Walter Ryder succeeded in his life's ambition, even though the man he created was, after all, himself. There may be easier ways to self improvement, but
Mm.
sometimes it happens that the shortest distance between 2 points is a crooked line through the Twilight Zone. Yeah, it definitely was crooked. I definitely
Yeah.
agree with that, Surly.
Yeah. It was crooked.
The shortest distance between 2 points. When
And
he
so
said
Walter
that, I
gets what
was
he's
like, okay.
Walter gets what he's always wanted. But
He's got
Jessica,
he's got a girl.
Hmm.
yeah,
He'll soon be a lawfully wedded wife, and they lived happily ever after, Jill.
they lived happily ever after. She's totally fine with him being
Mhm.
Walter and not Ellen anymore.
Just keep her off the
Yeah.
bottle.
Yeah. Hopefully the big reveal, I'm actually Walter Ryder Jr. Hopefully the big reveal won't drive her even further into drink. But
Well,
because
fortunately,
because one thing she saw the gravestone with the writer,
hmm
and and but of course that if he feigns amnesia and some kind of strange mental episode stuff, that could be something that gives her kind of a oh yes, now yeah, this all makes sense now because your parents are actually the ones that were buried there. It's like,
well, some of them were real, some of them were made up.
Yeah, Aunt Mildred never existed, so that'll be a thing.
Yeah, but
yeah,
usually the
we'll
parents.
for
Go ahead.
no, you go ahead, Lawrence. Go ahead.
Usually the parents and the family do enter into it pretty early on in relationships because you do want to know the family of whoever you're marrying. So he'll have to address it sooner rather than later, I would assume. Go
I
ahead.
agree.
I'm sorry.
I agree with Euler Greg here. His mistake was using Dr. Daystrom's engrams, just like M5.
Yeah,
You're
M5
you're
also, yeah.
you're great. I am great. Well, it's a little more complicated than that, Dr. Daystrom.
You are great. I am great.
It's more like you are mental. I am mental.
But he did teach him. He said, "Remember, I taught you,
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
not to
This
be
this unit this unit must die? Is that what he says? Or
right," because he's
yeah.
not followed the rules of God or, not
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That's one of my top 10 second season episode favorites.
I love the Ultimate Computer because that's that whole speech of how he gets M5 to shut himself down
Yeah,
is
that's great.
his redemption, really.
Yeah, that's the highlight of that. And the thing that bothered me as a child with that episode is the whole, Captain Dunsel.
Oh yeah.
It's like there is no way that a computer is going to replace anyone on the bridge or anyone on the Enterprise
Yeah.
that is out there to explore strange new worlds and seek
hmm
out new civilizations. A computer, it's like, no, I just totally rejected that. It's like, no, man is meant to go out to the stars.
Well, yeah, and I think the episode rejects that too. But it's something you need to have in science fiction because it's something that's always there. It's like, okay, what are the limits to the use of these computers that do everything?
Well,
Especially
yeah,
when you explore it more in the next generation where the
yeah,
computer actually speaks to you. And
yeah.
it's like, and you have them there for data retrieval, you
Yeah,
have them there for so many things.
you saw
It's
the
like,
yeah.
But
where are the limits?
the thing that I'm focusing on
Yeah,
as a
you solve a lot
child,
of things. Like Leah Brahms is manifested to solve a problem
Mm.
in the
like
holodeck.
like what I was focusing on as a even as a child was the fact that who is telling Kirk that he's Captain Dunsel? It's another starship captain, and he's going to be replaced too. And so to me, it just didn't make sense. It's like, well, you're also going to be a Dunsel.
Exactly.
So-
And his name was Wesley, so you know what you could say.
Oh, his name is his last name,
Oh,
first name.
no.
Oh, I don't remember if it was last or first name, but
Yeah.
I
She
just
just
wanna
wants
say
to
it.
play the clip. Roll.
No.
Sir, I know this may finish me as an acting ensign, but
Shut up, Wesley.
Yeah, that same actor that played we'll call him Captain Wesley in the Ultimate Computer. Same actor was in The Devil in the Dark, and he's like it's like it's Vandenberg's men. They're looking pretty ugly. It's like, he was the head security guy, if you recall that episode, an actor.
Mhm.
Mm. Head security man.
Yep.
I can't recall his name, but
Yeah.
but
I'm
he was
not-
in that Devil in the Dark, and two of Jill's favorite episodes, Devil in the Dark and The Ultimate Computer.
Yeah, I love Devil in the Dark. And
Yep.
yeah, the Ultimate Computer too. Yeah, they're both in my top 10.
Yeah, Euler Gregg, Twilight Zone forces us to examine our presumptions and the limits of our humanity. Very well said, Euler Gregg.
It's true.
Mm.
Also, Cam, I'm so sorry I didn't get back to the chat. After a while, when I get to a certain point of the episode, I like to just run through the episode without interruption because I know that momentum slows down at a certain point. So, but we got through the episode, so I'm finally reading this. Finally caught up. Good stream, everyone. I got you up on the TV too. I wonder if we're still on the TV after all this time. Thanks for keeping me company and entertained. Cheers. I hope this is a good start to your birthday, and I hope that you have a lot of fun today.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Happy birthday once again, Cam.
Yeah. Build an android.
No, please don't build an android.
But don't make it of yourself where you try to correct all your faults.
Yeah, Gavin
Okay.
Blackburn. So he sends out a ringer to pick women up for him. Good plan.
Well, he could have just built a female android, but that wouldn't have been the same thing.
No, you need a real Gail Colby. I mean Jessica
yeah.
Conley.
Oh no.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
no.
Gavin.
My ex-wife had no feelings. She was a robot. And
Were we
don't call
talking
me
about
Shirley.
Oh, I was going to ask, were we talking about Airplane earlier? But I remembered the young woman from earlier. Her name, you said her name was Shirley.
It'd been nice if that line
Oh, was
was
it
in
Sherry?
Forbidden
Okay.
Planet.
Remember, Blade Runner was intended to tie into Alien and the android in it. Oh, really?
Mm. Well, Ridley Scott, maybe.
Yeah, maybe in Ridley Scott's,
He's been
crazy
known
imagination.
He's been known to go a little far here and there.
Yeah, he doesn't understand his own movie or the screenwriters. Anyway, we won't go down that road, but
Phantom Outsider says this is one of the very few zones I have not seen. So apparently Jess never saw the I married a robot PSA from Futurama. Well, she doesn't know she's marrying a robot. He doesn't
of course
appear to be.
she never saw that PSA because it's 1963.
But she is.
That's true, too.
It's an android, not a robot.
Oh, and Tommy left a while ago. And I don't know. I can't tell what time. Goodness. I normally
Well,
have...
we can't do a review and read the chat all at the same time.
I actually could have, but it's just like at a certain point I've got to get through the review.
Yeah. No, you do a great job.
Yes. And
because you always catch up.
Yeah.
This episode is very reminiscent of The After Hours, which is a movie I have not seen. I did not realize
the episode The After Hours
okay.
with Anne Francis as the mannequin. that comes to life.
Oh, that episode. Okay, I
That's one
forgot
of my
it was the
favorites.
Twilight Zone.
I love that episode.
Yes.
That's one I always play for. Well, that's one of the ones that when I was introducing the Twilight Zone to my sister's children, that's one I always play.
Oh, and Phantom Outsider says, as a kid, I had a black and white cat, Spotty. My sister saw two kids carrying a black and white cat and yelled at them to stop. They have my
Potty.
They dropped the cat and ran, but it was not our black and white cat. Oh, instead of Spotty. Okay.
Yeah, as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, did you keep that other black and white cat?
Oh, no, what has happened?
Here.
And we ended up with two black and white cats, Spotty, who was independent and interacted on his terms, and Potty, who was a rag doll of a cat that my sister put in doll dresses, and he did not care at all.
Oh, no.
That's a special cat if you can get him in a dress.
Yeah.
Well, a special cat just named Potty also. That's kind of funny.
It's like,
I've got to go potty.
Don't dress your cats up like a doll. They don't like it. No, I do admit that I enjoy some of the things I see on Twitter where the cats, they have these little baseball caps on. They look so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think cats need clothes because they already have a fur coat.
No.
This is true.
It's rare that you could actually get something on a cat.
But I guess some of them
Other
don't
than
care.
maybe
Okay,
yeah,
now
the collar, even my cat doesn't even like her breakaway collar. She'll always figure out a way to get it off. Brother Greg says, I also had a black and white cat called Spotty. Wow. Popular name. Well, if Walter still has that urge to kill, you could always go to Europe like Merv Griffin in Man with Two Brains. Walter didn't have the urge to kill. Alan did. But I guess Alan is the robot who had the urge. And so luckily for Jessica, it was not Alan who showed up at the door.
Yeah, the Man with Two Brains.
I haven't seen the Man with Two Brains.
I have. It's odd, but it's good, but odd.
Is it funny?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if there was an original and a more recent one. I seen the one with Steve Martin. It was funny.
Well,
a bit of a letdown at the end, especially for the main character, but
okay. I might check it out. Wallace says, did you know that Gene Roddenberry's middle name was Wesley? Of course I did. Also know that Wesley Crusher was almost going to be Leslie Crusher instead of Wesley. That's another thing. Commodore Bob Wesley. Yes, that was my excuse to play the Shut Up Wesley clip. You do not call Captain Kirk a dunce.
Well, so far it's 60% for the door, the new theme, and 40% for the spiral, the older Twilight Zone theme.
Oh,
nice.
I haven't voted.
Well, let's see. It looks like the door is going to win then.
Okay, because that's my vote. Do I still have time to vote? Oh, yeah, it's 60-40. Well, it's going to take me a while to sign in and everything. I don't know. Did you want to end it now?
I'll wait. I'll wait if yeah. I got a few more minutes.
I wanted to share something since you were talking about cats and wearing things.
Okie doke. Phantom Outsider says my Spotty was a super genius, as he figured out if he stuck his paw out into the open can of SpaghettiOs, he could get the meatballs out.
Oh yeah, Inga used to grab like toppings off of pizza and stuff like that. When we make our homemade pizza, she would grab things off.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it's cute if you want cat hair in your pizza.
Well, we all have to put up with some cat hair in our food, right? No.
Mhm.
Phantom
Yeah.
Outsider says no. The one with Steve Martin is the one I was referring to.
Mm.
In it, Merv Griffin says he always loved to kill, but then he got famous and he couldn't even lure. What? People would go, is that Merv Griffin lurking?
I don't remember the
Mm.
line from the film, but it is one that's probably would be interesting for you, Jill. Something that
Yeah.
could definitely be talked
Well,
about on
it
one of your
sounds sci-fi,
streams.
so yeah.
Yeah, one of your streams, it would be something to be talked about.
So he went to Europe and things went well for him until Steve Martin caught him. Gotcha. Oh, and we've got something to share from Stone Racket, as he said. He's got this, and we're going to look at it shortly. All I have to do is stop sharing my screen and start sharing this screen. And we've got a cat with
Yes.
sunglasses.
Yeah. Harpo, you're talking about cats reluctant to wear things. Harpo likes 3D movies. And so there he is putting on his 3D glasses. He's going to watch The Glass Web in 3D. I thought I'd share that.
And the glass
Neat.
web. You have a
Yeah,
3D TV.
A neighbor does.
Yeah,
Oh,
Howard.
neat.
A neighbor does. Mine is not 3D capable, but I do have a lot of 3D movies. But those are actually the real 3D glasses you get at the movie theater. But people on the Blu-ray.com forum wanted me to, have a picture of one of my cats wearing 3D glasses, and so that's why I did that.
Yeah. Yeah, you got fans, or at least Harpo and Chico have fans.
Yeah, Harpo and Chico have fans. I don't have fans, but they do.
My wife actually wrote a piece, a mass, about her grandparents' marriage and relationship. She wrote a mass with 3D video, an electroacoustic mass.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Very interesting.
Oh.
Had some nice performances of that, but yeah. The 3D thing did come back in the earlier 2000s and 2010s.
Yes, indeed.
She did it
Yeah.
based off of some photos they had for, what do you call those things? The old
the
things,
stereoscopic photography.
stereoscopic images. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had their wedding photographed partly in stereoscopic images. So.
Well, now I'm going to have to share something else if Jill doesn't mind. But
I don't mind. I still have
you go ahead
minutes.
with your chats or whatever you want to do. I'm going to have to fish out.
Yeah, take your time.
Something real quick.
Well, I've also got to do this now that we're basically. Oh, before I take us out of the Twilight Zone, I should read the preview for next week's story.
Oh, yeah.
Good for now. The ingredients: an American destroyer, the Pacific Ocean, and a ghostly sound of hammering from the 30 fathoms below.
Uh-huh.
They add up to a strange tale of the bizarre and nightmarish. Mike Kellen and Simon Oakland star in a very different kind of Twilight Zone, which we call the 30 Fathom Grave.
Oh man, yeah. When I was listening to that last night, as soon as they said hammering, I was like, "Oh no, submarine trapped at the bottom of the ocean, no!"
No, do you get?
No, I
no, you
haven't
don't like.
seen it. I haven't seen it, but yeah, for me, it's like, oh man, I don't know. I mean, of course, every form of tragic death is tragic, but that's when those buried alive.
Right. And we had a recent tragedy with that,
Mm-hmm.
where people were trying to go visit the Titanic.
Well,
Things
that
did not
one
go
was
well.
at least quick. supposedly that was pressurized crushing of the vessel, and it would have been very quick. But if you're trapped in a submarine at the bottom of the ocean, gradually suffocating or gradually starving or something like that, that's
Yeah, that
sorry
is
to bring
pretty
it up.
awful. That's really, well, it's
Yeah,
really
that's
brutal, but it is the subject of
But
next
it was
week's Twilight
Sterling's
Zone.
fault.
It was
Sterling's
definitely,
fault.
yes, it was
But
Sterling's fault, not yours,
to
Lawrence.
change the subject and not be so depressing, I've got a photograph of my great grandfather.
Wow.
That's
Taking a photograph of his camera too.
that is my great grandfather Martin Morrison, and he was known in Norway for his stereographic photography, and there's his stereographic camera.
Wow.
And he was featured in some recent books published in Norway, and my older brother was helped out the author with some copies of our great grandfather's stereographic pictures. And as a child, one of my aunts had some of these photographs, and as a child, I remember looking at those whenever we would go over to visit with a stereographic viewer. But that's part of my family. Just thought since you brought that up, that I'd mention that.
That's really great. That's cool.
It has nothing to do with the Twilight Zone, but you
No,
mentioned stereographic photography, so I had to bring up my great grandfather.
That was great. That's good to.
Yeah, I just wish I could. I'll have to get some of the digitized photographs that my older brother has sometime.
what he created.
Yeah, some of his like when my older brother went over to Norway a number of years ago, he stayed at the same hotel that our great grandfather photographed when it was back when it was fairly new. And even though they had a new addition put onto that same hotel, my older brother asked to stay in the original part, the older part of the hotel. And of course, when he mentioned Martin Morrison, he got some stellar service from that hotel.
Yeah. But it was there was great symmetry in that piece because we got married in an Episcopal church on the University of Miami campus, and that's also where we performed some of our pieces, and so she performed her mass there. And the whole audience, of course, is in 3D glasses, the traditional.
Oh, wow.
And so it was kind of cool seeing all these people, in the audience with 3D glasses on, and of course the imagery was mapped with the crucifix in the back wall included.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you mean traditional? You mean the red and the blue?
Yeah.
Type of 3D.
Yeah.
Well, that's
the paper ones. Yeah.
That's the anaglyph version. The Polaroid is the original 3D.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, Polaroid with features like Creature from the Black Lagoon and Moana Devil is the first 3D movie that was in color, but using the polarized glasses.
Okay.
Then the anaglyph was, I think those were first introduced with the home 3D movies, that you could get on Super 8 or 8mm and Super 8, but don't quote me. That's where I first
theaters, I think. Yeah, they were using
that's where I first encountered it. And then of course when they showed Creature from the Black Lagoon at our junior high school, that was anaglyph, but that was on 16mm. It still looked pretty good, but I still want to see it in the true Polaroid process,
Yeah, I wasn't even aware of that. I just went back as far as I could in my memory. But she knows more about it than me because she studied it for the
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
Euler
Yeah.
Greg says, nice photo, our past, charts, our future.
Well,
And yeah.
it has bearing on it. You don't want to get trapped in it, though, folks.
True. But it's good to remember. And he also says, sit still, panel. Because that was when I was bouncing around.
Oh, yeah. Why were you
changing the background?
Yeah, you're bouncing us around. I
Because
was
we
like,
made it
well, is she
out
going to show something
of the Twilight
spectacular?
Zone. And so since we're talking about other stuff, we can do
Okay.
that.
We were all dancing.
Oh, goodness. My StreamYard froze. So this is
Oh,
fun.
no.
I might refresh and come back in.
Oh,
Because
dear.
now
Yeah,
it's
it does
not
that.
unfreezing.
StreamYard,
Give
quit
it.
getting so buggy.
I think they all have it. They all have this buggy nature to them.
Yeah.
I used Wave.video before and EVMux, and both of them had their own set of bugs. Did Jill just, I think, did she leave? Or is she just
I don't
muted?
know.
Or...
I thought she said it was, okay, she's
Oh,
bounced
yeah.
out. She'll come back in. So, oh, there she is. Hi, Jill.
Hello. Sorry about that. My StreamYard froze and kicked me out.
Oh, dear.
Wow.
Is it okay now?
So
How
that
rude.
happened.
Yeah, that's happened to all of us, I think.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, you're here. We're here.
You are great. We are great. We are here. You are here.
Yeah, my internet, I had fiber internet. I should not have internet issues, and yet I think I was
Yeah.
roboting.
You sound okay to me.
Okay.
So Cam
Spidey
and
says,
Canadian
well,
Spider-Man
my
are talking in the chat, and you want everyone to know that they're exchanging information.
Oh, no.
Well, this is public information. Like, if you want to find Canadian Spider-Man, I don't think he's trying to keep his Twitter account a secret. This is I can't find you on X, buddy. So I can help him with that later.
So Canadian
If
Spider-Man.
you guys still can't find each other, I'll help you out later because I'm connected to both of these people.
Cool.
And
So
so don't you guys worry.
So Canadian Spider-Man is not a double knot spy, is what you're saying. That's a reference to the Beverly Hillbillies, Jill. Jethro would, instead of saying double O, he would say double knot because zeros to the Hillbillies was a knot.
Gotcha.
Double knot spy.
They're British. They're British, huh?
No, they're hillbillies. No.
Yeah, Canadian Spider-Man says, "Hey chat, thanks for being here to support this channel." Yes, and we're almost done here today. Wallace says it even happened to Doomcock on PCB a couple weeks ago. Double knot.
Double knot, yeah. Phantom Outsider knows.
Yeah. So let's see. Let me bring up my links. I got some links. Or I need Lawrence's link.
Oh, Lawrence's link, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am now following Canadian Spider-Man on X.
You weren't before? How dare? Oh, never mind.
Somehow didn't happen.
Yeah. How can this be?
I don't spend as much time with X as most. So please forgive me, folks, if you don't communicate in that quickly.
Yeah, that's no problem. I follow mostly cat people.
You share mostly cat people.
Yeah.
So, Lawrence, what's going on with you this week? Tell us what's
Well,
going on.
well, this Friday, my wife and I will be showing some clips from our trip to the Bradenton Cigar Box Guitar Festival that we attended last weekend, hosted by Steve Harvey, and had some great performances by CBG players and some vendors there and stuff. So we'll be talking about that with our friend Mike Gorley and maybe some other guest appearances. That's Friday. And Sunday, we're continuing the end of season 1 of Babylon 5. So we, in the 3-hour stream we had last week, we did not finish Babylon Squared, which is the third to last episode. We have 2 more to go, so we'll see how far we get. I think it's best to just say we're working towards finishing season 1.
So what time is that on Friday?
On Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
7
On
Eastern.
Sunday, it's also 7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta show up for stuff.
Oh, anytime. No rush, but it'd be lovely to have you there.
I don't know. I can be kind of a nuisance in the chat. No.
No, we have a lovely chat. A lot of fun people there. Gavin stops by when he can. Of course, he's 5 hours ahead, so
Yeah, I know. He's in the future.
Yeah, we often have that problem. The Brits need to stay up late.
Yeah.
Well, one person's nuisance is another person's treasure trove of knowledge. And Old Man Bird.
You came up with that yourself? Wow.
Old Man Bird says, "Hey, Spidey, thanks for being a positive force in this world." True. Yes, thank you, Spidey. Not just to us either, also to his neighbors.
Well, with great power comes great responsibility.
Could you go back? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that it says what agency would limit themselves to only 9 double knot agents, but in the book, it's only 3.
There's no 000.
There's 007, 008, and 0011, if I recall correctly.
Oh.
And then in the movies, we see that there are 9. And what's weird is that scene in Thunderball where we see 9 00 agents, and the publicity, or excuse me, in one of the set photos, one of the agents is a woman, but in the film they don't show that, which is really irritating. But when you look at some of the photos of the actual, where you can see all the actors, one of them is a woman. So does that mean that you follow Julie Newmar and Lee Merriweather? You betcha. Ha. No, I actually, people that share photos of their kitty cats.
Those are good cats too, though. Gavin Blackburn says Triple X agents are Russian.
Oh. That cringe. That stupid Christopher Wood and his idiotic contributions to The Spy Who Loved Me. He's not impressed with it because, Agent Triple X, credibility goes right out the window, and Agent Triple X, it's like, oh, come on. It's so stupid. But anyway, that's my little Bond rant.
That never bothered me.
Well, it should, Jill. No, yeah, that irritates. A lot of the stuff that they pull in the Roger Moore movies just irritate the heck out of me. Because they're just.
I don't know that I'm supposed to be irritated. So.
Yeah, it's sophomoric humor, as I say in some of my reviews.
So I guess you're not a fan of Octopussy.
No, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of. There's so much idiocy done to the Bond series. Ian Fleming can only be blamed for Pussy Galore.
Mm-hmm.
His heroines don't all have, suggestive names.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that comes close is Bond's second secretary, Mary Goodnight. I mean, if you want to call that, but it's only Pussy Galore. All that other stuff is inventions of the filmmakers, all that vulgar crap.
Well,
like
Octopussy is my next movie. That's the next one I need to watch.
Octopussy does not refer to a female in the short story.
Okie dokie, I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, but the movie has very, very little pulled from the story. When the female lead, played by Maud Adams, when she's talking to Bond about her father and Bond, that's straight from the story. Everything else is just made up nonsense.
Oh, well, I have not met a James Bond movie that I dislike very much just yet.
Well, Jill,
I'm not
you need me on your James Bond panel so I can set you straight. No,
well, I grew up with the Roger Moore one, so
no excuse.
That's my history of Bond.
No excuse. All that I'm being facetious.
I know.
It's very, very, the Bond that you're introduced to at a young age is basically your Bond,
Mm-hmm.
And for me, the Bond phenomenon was all in a rage when I was a small child, and my parents subscribed to both Life magazine and Look magazine, and they would cover the Bond movies, and so that was, that famous Life magazine with Shirley Eaton painted in gold, and she appeared on the cover of Life magazine. That was November 6th, 1964's issue, and that was my introduction to Bond. It's like, who is this golden woman? And so and then the toys that came out from Gilbert Toys, so that was my introduction. So the Bond phenomenon was all the rage, the spy craze of the 60s, the mid 60s, and so Sean Connery is my Bond, is what I'm getting at.
So when are you doing that, Jill?
I don't really have I've covered Moonraker, and that's all I've done so far.
Oh, so you're just gonna watch it. You're not planning.
Yeah, I'm just watching it, but I did review Moonraker, but I'm not necessarily gonna review all the Bond movies in any particular time.
Live and let die.
Yeah.
Dun, dun. You did that. My favorite part of that is you did's repeated. Anyway, never mind.
You know you did.
It's a cool theme. Other than that, it's pretty cool. But
Phantom Outsider says, "Who is this golden woman, and where can I get one?" Well, unfortunately, she was poisoned. So
yeah, Jill Masterson, played by Shirley Eaton. And Bond is kind of a klutz in Goldfinger because he gets both Masterson sisters killed. He smashes up his greatest gadget of all time, the Aston Martin DB5, and he almost detonates an atomic bomb.
Or
so it's like,
you make it sound like a cartoon.
Well, it is, but it's a brilliant one. But I would have changed. I would have had Bond disarm the bomb. I would have had, since he was right there, he's being handcuffed to the thing, observing, Mr. Lang, and then noting that Goldfinger's henchman had the keys in his pocket, and so it's, I would have him disarm the bomb. I don't know. There's so many things I would change in that movie. But
anyway,
anyway, back to the Twilight
James
Zone.
Bond is fun, but it's not the Twilight Zone, and I think
It's
we're
not the
pretty much
Twilight Zone.
done talking about the Twilight Zone, so I think we can leave
Yeah.
now. I ended the poll. And the door wins 62% to 38%, but I do like the fact that there is still some love for the spiral.
Yeah.
It's a really fun optical illusion.
My vote made it 62. Patrick McNee as John Steed and Diana Rigg as Emma Peel are the Avengers to me. You betcha.
I'm not sure why my memory has a memory of the spiral and the door being together at some certain point. Do they ever go together at any point?
No.
Or is it just one or the other? Yeah, okay.
It's one or the other. The third season is the spiral, and then 4 and 5 is the door, and the etc.
Gotcha. And the doll.
And yeah. And the movie, have you seen the Twilight Zone movie yet, Jill?
Not yet.
Yeah, in the movie, it's just a generic.
A long time ago. But.
Yeah, it's just a generic. It's not. Well, I guess you could say it's male, but it's just the doll is just this kind of generic dummy kind of thing. It's animated with, I think it's blue. It's blue and it's kind of tumbling through space, if I remember right.
Like a TARDIS.
Mm-hmm.
Like a TARDIS, yeah.
Well, all right. Before anybody starts talking about Doctor Who, let's get out of here.
Oh no!
Yeah. 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 Thank you, Jill, for having your Twilight Zone streams, and
you're welcome.
Thank you, Lawrence, for being here.
Thank you for gracing us all. Well, I shouldn't have said that. I mean, I'm not good on the spot. Thank you all. Thank you, Jill, for having me here, and thank you for your contributions, Stone Racket.
You're most welcome.
I keep wanting to call you Stone Breaker for some reason, so I always have to pause.
Yeah, you're not the only one. Hungry Boy wanted to call me Stone Raker.
Or Stone Breakers or Stone Cracker or something.
Stone Raker. He's the cat with the Midas touch, or no?
Okay, yes, and
drifters off to see the world.
There you go.
Such a lovely world. Oh, go ahead.
So yes, thank you, Stone Rocket. Thank you, Lawrence Wayfair. Thanks to Old Man Bird, Wallace, Matt G, Phantom Outsider, the Glove Cleaner, Cam. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Hope you're having a fun day. Yeah. KHC 2005 or Tim and David Jones, Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective, Canadian Spider-Man, Euler Greg, and number 1 in the chat, Gavin Blackburn.
Oh.
I'll get you one day, Gavin Blackburn. meaning I'll be the first in the chat.
Yes.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
Never watched that.
Was that a Scotty voiceover?
That was my first James Bond. Yes.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It was Inspector Gadget. Yeah, it was a Scotty voiceover.
Yeah. I was going to say, that doesn't sound like the real one.
No.
Well, if they did the real one,
though.
If they did the real one, I think Jill's channel would get dinged by YouTube.
Yeah, I could probably get away with it, but I like having the impression. So everybody have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all around. Next time I'm going to have on Friday. I still don't know what I'm doing Friday because our big show is going to be Saturday night on Valentine's Day night.
Oh,
and
what are you doing?
We're going to cover Scott Pilgrim versus the world. So we're going to have to defeat the 7 evil exes. It's going to be fun.
Maybe I'll check that out. Yes. It depends, because Saturday is also my birthday, so
Oh,
What?
do
It's your
something.
birthday. Yeah, no, definitely go out and do something if you just happen
Yeah.
to be home later.
But Lawrence, are you going to have a birthday stream for yourself on your channel?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
think so. It's
That
like, all
sounds
right.
kind of selfish, but
Yeah.
no,
No, what I
that would
was
be fun.
thinking is that maybe I'll stop by if, because usually by midnight we're in, and that's it. And that's
Yeah.
usually when you start.
It's like Lawrence is like, no, at midnight I'm still partying. It's my birthday.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and
No.
anyway, speaking of parties, we're gonna have another one tonight on at 10 p.m. Central Time. It'll be an extra membership stream, so that's gonna be fun. Let me see if my comics are here yet, because
Can have an
I'm just
unboxing.
curious. Yeah. Is it still out for delivery? It's still out for delivery. It's not here yet. No unboxing yet. That'll be
Well, it's
tonight,
better
hopefully.
than in transit.
Okay, I better go now. See,
All right.
thanks to everyone, and we will see you next Tuesday for more Twilight Zone.
Learn all that is learnable. And the ways our differences combine to create meaning and beauty.
It has always been easier to destroy than to create.
May we together become greater than the sum of both of us.
Well, now you have something new to think about. Carry on.
All right, move along. Done. Stop it. Get off of the things. Go outside. Get some food. It's like, it's a time of day where you live. Go do something. Shut up, Snoopy. I don't care. You smoke too much. Let's go. Let's go adventure. Let's go explore.
I'll see you in the future.